Welcome back to the Fence, LLGs. Thank you so much for tuning in. How are you doing? My name is Chris. I am your host, and I am a certified peer specialist here to bring you an opportunity to share your story and be part of ours. I appreciate you so much for coming on in today, and hope that you're having a wonderful week so far, and that you're looking forward to the upcoming weekend. Should have some good things in store. So, quick disclaimer to anybody who doesn't know, or just a quick reminder to those who do. The topics of discussion can sometimes get heavy here on the Fence, and while we are very focused on uplifting positivity and support of one another, due to the nature of conversations surrounding mental health topics and the way that we share challenges that we are experiencing in our lives, sometimes the conversation can get kind of weighty. If at any point during the show you feel like the subject matter of the conversation is too much for you, please feel free to step away, take 5 minutes, go rest and do something else if you need to even, and recenter yourselves. You know, do some deep breathing, do something that makes you feel good and feel better. I don't want anybody here to feel like they have to hang and just sit through something that's going to make them feel emotionally compromised. Most of the time, we roll through things pretty well together, but sometimes topics can get kind of tough. So I totally understand. That being said, if you are experiencing a mental health emergency or feel like you are going through a crisis, I am a certified peer specialist, but I am not a mental health clinician. Not a therapist or a psychiatrist or psychologist. So we can support you here to the best of our ability, but there are better resources for you to get the kind of support that you might need if you're in an emergency. So please feel free to take a look at our Mental Health Matters panel, which is down below the video player, or on the About section of the channel. We have resources there for things like the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, the Trevor Project, which is oriented more towards LGBTQI+ communities, as well as a gamer-oriented text line that you can reach out to if you don't feel like talking to someone on the hotline. Remember, everybody, mental health is important. It matters, and you matter. So don't stay silent and suffer in silence if you're going through something, okay? We care about you. We want you to be okay. That being said, I'm looking forward to today's show. We should have a pretty good one today. We've got a new question of the day, and as I mentioned last weekend, Thursdays are going to be our viewer questions of the week. So what this means is that every Thursday, I will pick a question that one of you has asked us in the Viewer QOD's channel of our Discord server, and it will be featured on the stream. So this one today, it was a little bit long, so actually, I tried to use their exact wording here. So I'm actually gonna have to shorten this up because it is a bit too long for our box here. But today's question comes courtesy of our good friend Rydia. And Rydia is asking all of us about our favorite TV shows. So Rydia says the type of TV a person watches can say a lot about them. What's your favorite TV show ever? Feel free to share your thoughts today and we'll talk about that. Pretty cool one. I like this one. It's good to have some questions that are more light, something to just, have some more topical conversation about media that we really love to enjoy. And sometimes we need something that's a little bit easier just to roll off the top of our heads, right? So this is a great question. And Rydia's right. I think that the type of media that we consume can say a lot about us. So this is a pretty fun one. I have to think a little bit for my answer here. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I do have favorite TV shows, so I'll share a little bit later in the stream. To kick things off too, I would like to welcome everybody here. So Gigi, coming in for the first time today, very nice to meet you. Welcome to the Fence. Thank you for being here today, and I appreciate the follow. I don't know why my alert didn't go off on that one. I apologize for that. Let me do a quick test to make sure that that's working. They're working. I don't know what happened there. Welcome on in. Thanks for joining the fence. It's great to have you here today. Mashi Remix, welcome home. Good to see ya. Jen, Faintest of Hearts, thank you for tuning in and helping support the fence, y'all. I appreciate that very much. Reggie, what's going on, buddy? The Ghost Man himself in Chill Place Gaming. Welcome back, Rich. Am I allowed to call you that? I know everybody has different preferences here. I didn't mean to just put you on blast there. But good to see you back here. I hope that you've been having a great week, my friend. Who else we got? It's all the fine folks here right now. So, you know, I started a little bit late today. I was planning on starting at 5:30. I apologize for being a couple minutes behind. I was sorting out some bot issues that kind of surprised me just before the stream started. So going forward, by the way, speaking of lateness and whatnot, every Thursday we usually go live at 5 p.m. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. On Thursdays, I'm going to start going live at 5:30 because every Thursday now I have a drop-in that I co-facilitate called Thrive for Hope, which is a drop-in that's youth and young adult oriented. And that goes from 4 until 5. So I'll be doing that going forward. So 5:30 every Thursday, Fence TV will be live. Moving forward here, Reggie, I am not Chris Boulder punching Redfield. No, I don't think I could ever punch boulders like that man can. It's unfair, really. I could never be that powerful. I could hug boulders that powerfully though. Maybe if I like applied enough force of love that I could just crush them into dust in my arms, and I would be more likely to be able to do that than to punch them. That was weird. I'm sorry about that. I clicked a button thinking that it would fix something on my end that you guys can't see, and I was incorrect. Sorry about the random mute there. Everything is okay. I promise. Yeah, the QOD looked like a quote. I had to fix that earlier because it was a little bit weird in terms of the length. I didn't account for that in the text box. Oh, man. Chillplay said, greetings and positive vibes to you, Chris, and all you wonderful peeps in chat. Thank you, man. Thank you. Good to have you back here, buddy. Always bringing positive vibes where we can. And Chillplays Gaming, he's somebody who joined us not too long ago. I think just last week. Came in from Zen's raid, the Legend of Zenith. I was calling him the Magic Zenith that day, I think, and that's why it threw me off when I tried to raid him another day. I was like, where's his channel name? It's been a long time since he's been Magic. that was a little silly on my part. But yes, good to have you back here, buddy. Let's see. So Mashi answered the question of the day, saying, I don't watch TV anymore, but back in the day, I enjoyed watching Pokemon after school. Nice, man. I used to watch so much Pokemon back in the day. I'm right there with you. That was great. Like, Pokemon and Digimon were shows that I loved watching. And I don't know if you ever did you ever like tape things, Mashi? Like record stuff? Like, did you have like a VCR or anything like that you were able to do that with? I used to be one of those folks who did that. I loved recording shows. And then we'd go and like try to record over things to cut out like the commercials and stuff like that. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think you could do that. I don't think you could cut out the commercials. You just fast forward it through the commercials. That's how we got around them back then. Chill Play says, I can't realistically answer that question. I'm old and I've watched a lot of TV over the years. Well, okay, maybe it's not your favorite show, but give us one that you like off the top of your head. Oh, that follow came when we were offline? Oh, that was my bad. I didn't realize that. That makes sense though. Yep. I can call you Rich. Awesome. Sweet. I noticed it because I saw your profile on social media and the name stood out to me, and that's kind of what I committed to my memory. And then I have this thing, you'll learn here that I have this thing where if I know people's names in the chat, I tend to like pick up on all their different aliases and like gamer tags and Twitch names and stuff like that. And so sometimes in the middle of a conversation, my brain's just like, use that one. Like it'll pick like at a roulette or out of a roulette, the person's name that just comes to mind first. Sometimes it's your actual name. Sometimes it's your username. You know, it just depends. So that kind of came out without me thinking. And I know that it's the internet, so I don't want to like out people all the time like that without their consent. So, but I'm glad it all worked out. Lucy, what's going on, buddy? And Ash, welcome back home. Good to see you both. Lucy's answers the question of the day saying, it would definitely have to be the show Fringe. Initially saw it as a young teen and still occasionally rewatch some scenes even now. Fringe. I don't know about Fringe. Can you give us a brief description? What's Fringe about? Thanks for sharing. Rich answered the question of the day saying, some recent TV I've enjoyed includes Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, and White Collar. We got Chicago in two of the titles here. Would this happen to be like a TV show series? Like not as in like a continuous series, but like it sounds like a show that would be like part of a collective of shows that are related to one another. Or is that just coincidence? White Collar. I don't think I've seen any of these shows. What are some of these shows about? Ash said, I have arrived and you started stream when I came home. Awesome. Also, my daughter's watching. She called you uncle. Oh. Oh man, I'm gonna be a lot of folks' uncle, I've come to realize. Well, as uncle, I think it's my duty to say, is it Bella? Is Bella your daughter's name? I'm trying to remember. Make sure you listen to your mother, okay? And be good. All right, follow the rules. Or I don't know what'll happen to you. I'm not good at threats. Or you'll get no ice cream. I don't even know if she likes ice cream, but you've been warned. Not really in a position to say no to people calling me Rich anymore, says Chill. Considering it's part of my online voiceover I handle. It's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, you did sort of put it out there yourself, right? Still, in the interest of trying to be respectful, I will always ask or double back a little bit if I jump the gun on that topic. But I could agree. I could agree with that, Rich. Lucy says, so it's basically talking about the show Fringe. It's basically about this FBI agent learning about really advanced science done in the 80s, and then finding out results of that science fell in the wrong hands. Oh, causing people to wreak havoc. Oh my gosh. That's cool. That's awesome. When science goes wrong. I feel like that's really plausible. I dig that. Moshi says, I would probably go so far as to call you Brother Fence. Hey, brother. I'm all right with that, man. That's okay by me. Ella is her name. Oh, man, I was so close. I threw the B in there. Dang it. All right, I'm a bad uncle. Forgive me. Thanks for sharing about the show, by the way, Lucy. I appreciate that. That sounds really interesting. So you started watching it when you were a teenager, huh? And you still go back and watch from time to time now? That's cool. Yeah, anytime, Rich. Garrett, what's up, buddy? Welcome back, man. Good to see you today. Happy Thursday to you, my friend. How are you doing? I heard that you and Mashi got some Monster Hunter action going this weekend. Or not this weekend, but this week. Sounds cool. Oh man, the command broke. The command, that's so weird. How did the command do that? Oh, I know what happened. Check it out. Oh no, I duplicated it. No. This has been weird. This is a weird experience with the viewer question of the day. Basically what just happened is I fixed the command, but then I also duplicated it, so it would have shown the question twice. There we go. We're talking about our favorite TV shows, everybody. Favorite TV shows. This is a viewer question of the week, courtesy of our good pal Rydia, asking us the type, or saying, telling us, and then asking us that the type of the TV shows that a person watches can say a lot about us. So what's your favorite TV show ever? No real fence stream without technical issues. According to you and Jenny, this is the truth. And also according to me, I will second this, yeah. Has to be a technical issue of some sort here. Although I've recently come to appreciate the position that I'm in. I met somebody this week who says that one of their nicknames is Glitch, because they interact with technology, and like them being around devices just tends to they tend to glitch out on them. Like TVs stop working properly, cell phones break, and electronics just get confused. Like it happens so frequently to them that their friends started calling them Glitch. I don't have that issue, so I have to count my blessings. I think I'm actually pretty fortunate in my luck with technology. Rich said, White Collar was a series about a con artist working with an FBI agent to solve cases involving art, fraud, and forgery-style crimes. Oh, that's cool. A con artist working with the FBI. Like, they turned over a new leaf, or are they being, like bribed? Or something. That sounds cool. Garrett said, yeah, I forced my gaming circle onto Mashi. I'm glad he liked it enough to tell you about it. Yeah, he was talking about it in the Discord, in the plaza. Sounded like you guys had a good time fighting Zora Magdaros. Really cool fight to do with friends. What's the saying again? The more the merrier, says Mashi. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was gonna say, Mashi always had a choice in it, right? So he probably just was really amped to be a part of that with y'all. It's cool. Rich said, I also loved the first series of The Witcher and Altered Carbon. If it's sci-fi or fantasy, you'll probably find me watching it. That is awesome. Yeah, I heard good things about The Witcher, actually. Jen watched it, and she loved it. She said it was great. I haven't watched it myself yet. I like The Witcher. I don't want to call myself a big Witcher fan because I've only played like half of The Witcher 3. I really liked it, but I haven't even finished the game, unfortunately, due to a technical error that I did not overcome, and have not found the motivation to replay 50 hours of the game in order to get through it again. But I haven't played the first or the second one, so, but very cool stories so far from what I've seen. And The Witcher look pretty true to the series, so that's cool. Altered Carbon, I saw that advertised a lot on Netflix. Like, it was one of those things that kept popping up whenever I'd go to browse. I hadn't watched it myself though, but glad to hear that it's pretty good. Seems like you like it a lot. I grew up on sci-fi and fantasy too. I used to watch, of course, like the classics, like, Star Trek. I was a really big fan of that. Stargate was one of those that I was really into for a while as well. And then I watched things like it's so funny to go back now and think about it because it's really cheesy. But I watched like Xeno Warrior Princess. And what was the male version of that basically? I can't remember the name of it right now. It wasn't like Conan, was it? No, it wasn't I can't remember. But I like stuff like that. And then there was a show that came out that was based on the Dragon Riders of Pern book series, and that was pretty cool. I watched that for a little while too, and used to enjoy it. But I'm a sucker for that stuff. I mean, my favorite movies of all time are the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I just really, really enjoy fantasy, and those were always the kind of books that I read. So, yeah, I appreciate you, Rich. You got some cool taste. Asher said in response to the question of the day, Siren 911, Heartland, Criminal Minds, House, NCIS, Pokemon, Digimon, Toradora, Clannad, and Inuyasha. Yo, we got an Inuyasha fan in here. All right. Also, that's quite the lengthy list. This is not your favorite TV show ever. This is like 12 of them. That's okay. I love getting to hear about your guys' varied interests. So obviously, the anime titles there stood out to me. Familiar with all of the Pokemon, Digimon, Toradora, Clannad, and Inuyasha. Everything on that list except for Clannad. I haven't watched that, although I am familiar with what it is. Criminal Minds, I've only seen bits and pieces of episodes of that show. I did watch a little bit of House whenever I was in high school, which I want to say that's when that show was relatively newer. But that's cool. Thanks for sharing, Ash. That's awesome. I always forget how much I like Inuyasha until I start thinking about what's in Inuyasha. But like, it's one of those shows too that's like, it's from an era of anime where like everything is like it's an action show, right? So it's like, it's from an era of TV actually, not just anime, where like everyone had to like announce the names of their attacks before they performed them. So like going back and watching them sometimes feels really cringe, or rather it feels really cringe if someone else is in the room. But I just like eat that stuff up, you know? I mean, I grew up on like Inuyasha, Naruto, and Power Rangers, and like that kind of thing, and I thought it was all awesome. So it's fun to watch. But Inuyasha, I love it. It's got such a corny love story too, but it's so beautiful. It's fun. It's a good show. Thanks for sharing, Ash. Rich said, white collar, it was a deal to help solve some high-profile cases in exchange for a pardon on the rest of his sentence. This is talking about the relationship between the FBI agent and the con artist. Okay, that makes sense. Very believable. Hercules, that was it, Rich. Thank you. Hercules, The Legendary Journeys. That was a good show. Wallstormer, what is up? Hey, how are you doing, Josh? It's good to see you, buddy. Long time no see. Can we get a caster command out for Wallstormer, please? You guys definitely want to check out this guy. He is a phenomenal content creator, and he is very geared towards mental health and loves to explore video games in a deep and interesting way, similar to kind of how we do. He likes to pull apart the narratives, the characters, the settings, the stories, and apply them to real life, as well as using them as ways to explore humanity, mental health. He plays a lot of games that are narrative driven as a result. Very chill, relaxed kind of atmosphere there too. Excellent content creator. I got to meet him at TwitchCon, and I think it was 2017. Rich, thank you for that host, buddy. I appreciate that, man. But I got to attend a panel that he was speaking on at TwitchCon in 2017. Or was it 2018? I think it was 2017. God, it's been a hot minute, man. It's been a while. But it was great. It was an awesome opportunity to be there and talk to him and make that connection. And since I've gotten the pleasure of being able to attend a couple of his streams, well, maybe more than a couple, and they've been very good. I was watching you play Undertale for the first time, and your rendition of Metaton, like, oh, it was so good. It was so awesome. I had come in at the time where they were doing like the reference to Final Fantasy VI in the theater scene, and so they have Metaton like singing the dialogue, and Wallstormer was just like giving it a 10 out of 10 performance and was like singing the dialogue along with the melody of the music that was playing, and it was so good. It was so good. That really stuck in my memory. It's good to see you though, man. I hope that you've been doing well. The hair, so long, so luxurious. Maybe he was born with it. Or maybe not. Maybe I stole it. Backwards Mirrors, what's up, buddy? Welcome back. He says, hey, what's up, everyone? Happy to announce that I'm back in Ohio, and I'm having regular sessions with my therapist again starting next week. Yeah, buddy, I love to hear that. Let's get some hearts in the chat. Mirrors, thank you so much for sharing that with us, dude. I know that you've been going through some rough stuff, tough, real stuff lately. And you've been talking about going to see a therapist again for a while. So I'm really glad to hear that you went and did that, and to share it with us here. It's really cool too. That's very encouraging and inspiring. So I had heard that today, or not today, but this month is November, right? And that's a National Men's Mental Health Month. And so this is excellent. I would like to just say, in the spirit of that, you know, there's a lot of stigma, especially with men, in terms of bottling feelings up, not expressing ourselves emotionally, and just pretending that we don't need to ask for help, that we're always okay. And to break those images, to break that facade, so to speak, is to show weakness and to be less than what a man should live up to, standard-wise. And that is just not true. If you need support, seek support. That's great. I think that it takes a lot of strength for any person, not just men, to reach out whenever they're having a hard time and facing challenges. You know, there's some pride that's involved there, I think, and it's hard to work past. But more than that, there's a social stigma attached to it where, you know, we get worried about what people are going to think of us if we're asking for help. We don't want to be a burden. We don't want to look weak. But I think those feelings a lot of times come from the way that we see people treat one another who are in a position where they need to ask for help, or the way that we talk about being in a position of having to ask for help. It's okay to do. Seek support if you need it. Don't suffer in silence. You know, talk about your feelings. It's okay to cry. It's okay to experience the whole emotional spectrum. You know, we're human beings. We are going to experience a lot of feelings and emotions throughout our lives, and we owe it to ourselves to allow us to connect with those sides of ourselves, because otherwise, you know, we just keep stuffing them down, and then we either blow up or things get too heavy and we get super depressed. This is where, you know, a lot of times like our suicidal ideation come into play. Self-harm becomes a bigger risk, because we just don't let it out. We don't talk to somebody. We don't get help. It's okay to get help. And to all the men out there, I want to reiterate this. I am a man who has been seeking support since I was 5 years old. And I have faced that stigma. I have dealt with it. I have felt the effects of it. I felt guilty. I felt ashamed for expressing my emotions. I felt bad for asking for help like I'm a burden or something. So I get it. But there are so many more benefits to reap from seeking that support and being true to ourselves and talking about it, that I have been able to get because I have done those things. And it's taken a lot of courage sometimes, you know? It's not easy. It's not just like, you know, something I could just do anytime, all the time. I've had to work really hard to be able to be better at letting that stuff out and letting it show and asking for help. So I just want to let you know, men in the chat, it's okay to do that. It's okay to be vulnerable. In fact, I would encourage you to be, because I think that's a sign of strength. And to the ladies in the chat, I would encourage you to be supportive of and encourage men in your lives to do the same, because I already know that that's okay. And you know, it's not something that anybody, I think, wants others to stifle and to stuff down. I think whenever we think about it from a perspective of how would we feel if other people expected us not to feel or experience the things that we feel and experience, and it's upsetting, right? So we want other people to be able to do that too. So support your fellow man, support your fellow human, and being able to speak up, ask for help, get support, and express themselves. We all deserve that. I know I'm a little behind on chat here, maybe a lot of behind on chat, so forgive me. It happens whenever I jump onto my monologues. Yo, Gigi has a really cool emote there. Look at that. Is that a Togetic emote? It's awesome. Jen answered the question of the day saying, Breaking Bad, Mad Men, and the first season of Westworld. Oh, the first season of Westworld, it was so good. So good. And Breaking Bad, oh gosh. Now, we talk about Breaking Bad. That might be my favorite show ever. I've seen all of Breaking Bad almost 4 times. I really enjoy that show, and I could start it up right now and watch it again. That show's a good time. Mad Men, I still need to watch that. We gotta sit down and watch that together. If you had to pick one, it would be Mad Men though, huh? Mad Men's the best. I definitely want to watch that. Cool, thanks for sharing. Gigi, you were born in Ohio. Oh, there you go. A kindred spirit, Gigi and Mirrors. That's cool. I drove through Ohio in one of the craziest rainstorms that I've ever experienced. It was raining so hard that I couldn't even see the front of my car. And somehow we got through that. It's on the highway trying to drive through the state. It's a little nerve-wracking. Wallstormer earlier said, so many props for getting good therapy. Absolutely. Nothing but love and support here for that. It's such a good thing. Now, I think of it this way. You know, we have no problem. Well, I mean, some of us don't like going to doctors, and that's understandable. Like, I get that, where that comes from. But as a society, we have no problem with people going to the doctor when we break our legs, going to the doctor when we get sick, doing regular checkups and stuff like that so that we can stay on top of our physical health. Go to the therapist. It's the same thing for your brain. It's the same thing for your heart, you know? And depending on, what type of recovery oriented service you're seeking, it could be good for the soul too. All of the above. And that's what it is. There's no difference to going to therapy whenever you're not feeling well mentally, or even whenever you are feeling well mentally, just doing that check-in, that maintenance, keeping yourself in good shape. There's no difference between that and going to the doctor for a wellness check, going to the doctor whenever you're sick or whenever you hurt yourself. Like, it's cool. It's good. We owe it to ourselves to do that. Appreciate the slow-mo. Thanks for that. Mira says, the stigmas you addressed about men's mental health line up with a lot of what I've been struggling with. And not just right now, but through a large portion of my life. Mirrors, I wish that I could say that surprises me, but it is an unfortunate reality for a lot of men out there. And I wish that it wasn't, you know? Like, it sucks. I think that, you know, my stepdad was somebody who I remember very vividly having really difficult days. Tough times at school, breakups, relationship issues between my friends. Maybe I just didn't feel well and I got bullied or dealt with, you know, crummy teachers or whatever it was, whatever the reason behind it was when I was younger. I would cry a lot. And I remember being in my room, like just on my bed, crying into my pillow, or, you know, kind of holding my knees to my chest or whatever, because I was just like so upset and I'm crying, and hearing from the living room my stepdad being like, stop crying. You know, sometimes he'd get mad about it because it was like annoying for him to hear, and he'd like tell me to shut up. And it's just, you know, that's not right. It sucks. And you know, the man up mentality, the suck it up mentality, all that crap is crap. It's not okay, in my opinion. And I think in a lot of people's opinions, it's not okay. And, you know, some of this comes from a cultural thing. Sometimes people were raised like that, you know, 2-3 generations back. You know, you don't have to go back that far. People were raised differently. Mental health and emotional well-being are relatively new concepts in terms of the way that we understand it today. And it wasn't as widespread to be talked about like even 20 years ago, even 10 years ago. It's the movement behind mental wellness and mental health has been very, it's a very recent development in bringing us to how we are today. Like, now you can go online, you see people talking about mental health all the time, you know? It's all over the place. It still needs to improve a lot, but from a societal standpoint, the conversation existing in the form that it does today is so fresh. It's so new. And clearly, you know, this is me speaking to everybody here, clearly what Mirrors is saying is telling all of us that more still needs to be done. That conversation needs to keep happening because that stigma still exists. And unfortunately, you know, there has been this culture of surrounding men that we're not supposed to let our emotions show. We're not supposed to basically feel things. We're just supposed to have it together all the time because we're the man and we're supposed to be tough, and, you know, and then, you know, people wonder why men have breakdowns and why men like have a lot of mental health issues, and suicide rates for men are so high. Like it's because of that culture. It's because of that expectation. Like, we don't feel like we're allowed to feel. and that's well, it's heartbreaking, honestly, because the results of it are so drastic. I mean, people pay the ultimate price for that. So, like I said, I'm encouraging you, Maras, to keep doing what you're doing. I think you're doing great. Clearly, you're having to work up some courage and you know, face into that stigma that you've dealt with, that you are so familiar with, unfortunately, in order to seek the support that you're doing or you're getting right now. And I'm proud of you for that, buddy. And this is why I wanted to point it out earlier too, because you just shared it with us here on the stream. And again, I think talking about that takes courage because the stigma is surrounding it, right? So I just want to say thank you for taking the time to share that with us and building up that courage to post that message, because it reached all of us. And I know I'm talking at length about it here, but I think a lot of folks appreciate being able to see that too. It's a good reminder that, you know, it's okay to get that support, and we should get that support if we need it. Rich says, I'm loving your monologues, and I just want to say thank you for speaking about men's mental health. You've put words to some dark experiences I've had over the past few years. I appreciate you being able to understand and put words to it. It helps reinforce the reality that we're not alone. Yeah, of course, Rich. And thank you for sharing that. This is a hard thing to put into words. This is a hard thing to speak up about. We all go through difficult times. We all go through rough mental health. Rich, man, thank you for that tip. And, oh, no, thank you. The pleasure is all mine. Honestly, I appreciate it. Man, it sucks. It sucks that so many of us, and this is not just those of us who are talking about it. There are even more of us who don't talk about it, who don't post the message, who are just listening right now, who have experienced this. And like, this is what this stuff is about. This is why we get up here every day and we talk like this. And I ask you guys to share your story and be part of ours with us, because I think that for too long, so many of us have had to suffer in silence. You know, how do you talk about something that's invisible when you live in a culture where people tell you it's either not real, that you just need to get over it whenever you're feeling bad, or straight up don't even acknowledge you whenever you do say something that you're going through. Like I have seen it, especially in the workplace, you know, and in schools. And you know, you might be having a tough day, and someone asks you in passing, "How are you?" And you tell them, you say, "Yeah, no, I'm not doing so good. I'm having a tough day." "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it gets better." And that's it. That's the conversation. There's no more to it than that. How does that feel? Like, granted, there's an investment of time in a conversation whenever someone tells you that something's wrong. Depending on how you respond is going to depend, it's going to dictate how much of time you're going to invest in that conversation now. And I think that most people don't want to invest the time in that conversation. And so they say things like that to show that, you know, hey, like, I hear what you're saying, but I don't really want to go into that with you right now. Like, that's the message that's received. And it's very common. And what's weird is how common it is amongst adults, because adults expect other adults to just have it together and not trouble anybody else. Like, it's why mental health and wellness has not been a part of workplace culture at all until the last decade. And granted, there might be some exceptions to this, but I think as a general rule, it's not part of it. Like, employers, your boss, your supervisor, they don't care if you're having a bad day. They just care if you're performing. Your school teachers, it's hit or miss. Some teachers do really care about what's going on with their kids, but there's a ton of them out there too who don't. They look at your grades and they look at your progress and your performance on like your tests and your assignments, and they're just like, you're not doing it. Like, you're not doing well. What's going on? They talk to your parents and it's all about like discipline and you get in trouble and stuff like that. What does that tell people when those are the results of feeling bad and then trying to talk about it and being met with dismissal, or not even being asked like what's behind why you're not performing well? Like, the message that's received there is, I need to just shut up. I need to just pretend like everything's fine and I've got it together, and just roll with it. And that's what I need to do, because that's what everyone expects of me. And then you go through your life with so many years of just all this built up trauma, the stress, the bad emotional baggage that you don't get to process or work through because the world's telling you you don't need to do that. And by telling you you shouldn't do that, you don't need to do that, they're invalidating the fact that you've got it. And that makes you feel like you're crazy. It makes you feel like something's wrong with you for having this, because if everyone's telling me I shouldn't have this, then that must mean nobody else feels this way, right? Nobody else is going through this either. Something's wrong with me. The reality is that everybody feels this way, y'all. I'm gonna tell you that right now, everybody feels this way. Everybody's going through something. But everybody has also been affected by this culture and feels like they shouldn't, and feels like something is wrong with them because of it, or they ignore it and expect everybody else to ignore it too, or they're scared to get involved for one reason or another. There's too many reasons behind that to list in one monologue, but I think there's a lot of fear in saying, really, you're having a bad day? Can you tell me about that? I think that's a hard thing for a lot of people, and I get it. I do. I don't think that it's because people are necessarily heartless or they're cold. I think it's a scary thing for a lot of people, because what if I don't have the answer for this person? What if I can't help this person? It's okay. It's not your responsibility to have the answer for that person who's letting you know they're having a bad day. You don't have to be the fix-it person. You can still help just by being there, by listening, by showing that you care, by showing that they're not alone. And that is so important. That's so important. How many of y'all have had a bad day and been feeling low, mentally or emotionally, and you've just wanted to get that off your chest? And how does it feel when someone is like asking you questions about it or telling you that they want to hear more about that? Are you expecting them to have the answer and being able to fix it for you? I'll speak from personal experience here. My answer to that question is no. You don't have to fix it. I don't want anybody to fix it for me. It would be cool if someone had some insight or advice if I'm asking for that directly. Sure. Otherwise, I just want to be heard, you know? I just, being able to talk about it with somebody and feel like they're hearing what I'm saying and feel like I'm being seen, that's all I need. That makes me feel better. It helps me work through it. And it helps me come to my own conclusions and find my own answers, you know? Because really, when we're at that point where we feel like we need to get it out and need to talk about it, we're struggling. And it helps us get through that struggle so that we can keep fighting. And then that's what it's all about. That's what support is, you know? And that's okay. It's okay to continue asking. Don't be afraid to not have the answer, everybody. Don't be afraid to not have the ability to fix it when someone tells you that they're having a hard time. All you gotta do is be there. And just be there in the best way that you can, and know that that's enough. Because the alternative to that is just people end up feeling alone. We all have an ability to be able to prevent that from happening. We all have that. Rich says, I wouldn't expect them to fix anything. I would just be happy that someone is willing to really listen. That in and of itself, just seems so rare. Yeah. And even if it was commonplace, it would have a powerful effect on all of us, I think, still. You know? And it should be more commonplace. It sucks that it's rare. And I think the fact that it's rare makes it scary for us, the individuals that feel these things. It makes it scary for us to talk with other people about it, because we're like, a lot of us have been rejected a whole lot. We've tried to bring something up, you know, we've dropped a hint here or there, maybe we've straight up just let it all out, and then have been met with some form of rejection, you know, or dismissal. And that's discouraging. It makes us want to just kind of shut down more. And that's, I will say this, that is never going to stop happening. As much as I would like it to, that won't stop happening. So to those of you out there who are facing challenges and struggling in your lives, I want to encourage you just to keep trying. Maybe not everyone's going to really listen and really respond, but if you keep trying, you're going to come across the one who will. There will be somebody. We're out here, you know? And it's not just here in this channel. It's there's people all over the place that are willing to give you some of their time and to care about what you're going through and just listen. But no one's gonna know what we're going through if we're not talking about it. So as much as it's important for people to listen, to try and make that effort, it's equally important for those of us to not give up who are struggling and just to keep trying, keep putting ourselves out there. It's worth it. It's not always easy, but it's worth it. CJ, what's going on, buddy? Welcome back. And Yen, welcome back to you too. You have news for us? All right, I've been monologuing for a hot minute here. I'm gonna get to some responses and some chat messages here. I see all the hugs in the chat. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. You got a hug command out there. If you want to hug somebody that you care about, show them some love. Yen says, so part 1 of the news. So the person I mentioned having a crush on, I decided to shoot my shot and confess. And well, we aren't dating yet, but we're getting to know each other better. And we spent like 8 hours last night binging Sailor Moon and general chit chat. Yeah, that's so cool. Hey, good for you. Good for you, Yen. I know the anxiety that can surround, not popping the question, but like the dating equivalent of that, you know, taking a shot and confessing one's feelings to another person. Some scary stuff, but you worked up the courage and you did it. And it sounds like they're interested in getting to know you further as well, and you're spending more time together as a result. That is awesome. Way to go. Good to be true to yourself and your feelings. That's great. Also, Sailor Moon, right on. That's quality anime right there. Part 2 of Yen's news is I finally got in a gender health clinic and can possibly be on hormones by January. Oh, that's right around the corner. All right. Yen, congratulations on all of the progress. That is amazing. How did you get in the gender health clinic? Like, what did you have to do to make that happen? Oh, and how are you feeling about all of it? That's incredible. Agent Pie, welcome back, buddy. How are you doing today? Yen, thank you for sharing the news with us. I'm so excited. I always love getting to celebrate y'all's victories with you. If anybody else have any victories or accomplishments that you'd like to celebrate with us here today, feel free to share them in the chat if so. You're on a wait list for 4 months. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Those wait lists could be long. Well, so you're set up for January to get to start off though. So you've been waiting 4 months. You've been waiting since July? Wow. Holy smokes. Well, this is big news then. So cool. Have you gotten to talk to anybody else about it? So happy for you. Yen says, I'm really happy with all of it, but I gotta make sure I don't rush and stuff because issues. Oh, so you want to talk to us about some of that? Like, help me understand, you know, what issues are you talking about? Mirrors earlier had said, oh, and Rich, thanks for reminding me to hydrate here. I got all into it, and I missed the message at first. The Mirrors said, very grateful for you, Chris, and for this community, for creating this wonderful place where we can have these discussions as people, with all of our faults and flaws. It feels genuine, and that's pretty rare. I agree, and it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure, man. Honestly, we were just talking about it today. So I participated in this podcast with one of the organizations that I work with, and they're called Youth Move PA, and the podcast is called Our Story Is Not Over, which actually I will share with y'all here in the chat at some point. Hopefully I don't forget before the end of the stream. It's a podcast. It's run by like a couple people. This was my first time on it today, and And one of the things that we were talking about in it was why, like, what was it that led all of us to wanting to work in the mental health field and wanting to support people. So those of you who don't know, I'm a certified peer specialist, and I have recently stepped into the role of youth care coordinator at the Pennsylvania Mental Health Consumers Association. So, you know, myself and my colleagues, we all work to educate and advocate for people who have mental health diagnoses, specifically youth and young adults. And we educate mental health professionals to provide better services and programs for those individuals. So we were talking about that today and kind of what led us into it. And Tuturu, thank you. Thank you for the reminder. So, you know, sort of piggybacking off of what Mirrors was saying here, we were talking about how, like, part of why we wanted to get into this type of work was because we noticed the need for it. You know, Mirrors said that it's pretty rare to have a place where we can have genuine discussions with each other as real people. And we all agree. And we talked about it a little bit. All of us in our stories acknowledged at some point that there was a need to provide that kind of support for others because we all felt the lack of it in our lives in one way or another. And that still holds true today. So, as I said, it's my pleasure to do my small part and help create a space where we can all do that, you know? Like I said before, I've said this in a lot of other streams, you guys all have taught me a whole lot. We learn from each other, and I appreciate so much the experiences that you all share here with us, and the knowledge and the skills that you share with us and with each other. Like, we all get to learn and feel connected while we do it, which is pretty awesome. It's a pretty awesome thing. CJ's wading through his work day, holding on for dear life for the weekend. Well, man, it's right around the corner. Your Friday is today, right? So you're gonna get to kick it real soon, man. Yin, answering my question from earlier. Like cause and effect. You mean like that would cause issues, like if you were just to rush into, I see. So this is something that, you know, you want to be patient with and take your time on so that you don't cause yourself any complications during the process. I understand. Thanks for clarifying. I don't know if this was covered, but how was your trip, man? CJ asking me about my work trip recently. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate the question. It was good. You know, it was really good. I traveled back to a place that I had gone to for my last training that I attended. It's a town called Danville in Pennsylvania. It's about roughly a 2-hour trek from where I live. And, you know, it was cool. This was a 3-day training. So I went out there on Sunday afternoon, and training was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I came back yesterday evening. And the training was on CPSs, that stands for Certified Peer Specialists, CPSs in crisis. And so what the training was about was preparing peer specialists to work in crisis settings. So like crisis hotlines, mobile crisis units that go out into the community to support people who are in crisis, walk-in crisis centers, and residential crisis facilities where people can kind of go to and seek respite, where they can stay there for, like, depending on the program, you know, anywhere between like 3 and 10 days, receive some services, talk to peer specialists, talk to clinicians, and you know, help them get through their time of crisis and develop a plan of action so that they can get back out there and continue on their road to recovery. So it was really cool, really insightful training. There was a lot of information to take in. It was super interactive, so I actually got to know a lot of the participants there fairly well as the facilitators. They were great. Keith Elders and Dave Measle, they were the co-directors, or are the co-directors of the Pennsylvania Peer Support Coalition. They were facilitating the training, and they did an excellent job. It was awesome. So I had a really good time. I learned a lot of great things that I'm gonna keep carrying on and sharing with people, probably sharing with a lot of you folks during our time streaming together and hanging out and stuff. So it was good. I'm really glad to have taken it and to taken that trip. Plus it's cool. New certification under my belt, you know, certified to work in crisis services now. And that is something that I think would be very challenging to do on a long term. But I know that there's a lot of skills and things that I learned there that will help me should I encounter someone who's going through a mental health crisis. Because I think, like we were talking about earlier today, you know, it can be scary to ask somebody about what's going on. It can be scary to see someone who, you know, they're just going through a mess and you're kind of throwing yourself into the middle of it. I feel much more prepared and able now to work with folks and help them through those times. So it was great. You know, it was a very valuable experience. Thanks for asking, CJ. Lucy said 4 months is fortunately short, and I'm glad it is that short. It's been almost a year for me, and not even guaranteed to be the same month I got on the list, being February. Damn, seriously? Oh, Lucy, I'm so sorry to hear that. Do you know why the wait is so long on that list? Like, is it that there's a lack of qualified individuals that can provide that type of therapy? Or is there just a lot of individuals in your area who, you know, are seeking gender therapy? Yin and their crush are having a compliment war. I hope you both win. Let's be real. You both are going to win. Everybody's a winner in that. It is the best kind of war. Agent Pie doing daily stuff on Final Fantasy 14. Nice, dude. We got D&D later on. Sounds good. Sounds like a good time. You getting prepared for that Endwalker? You know, I'm looking forward to that too. Although I'm not prepared for Endwalker. I'm still fresh in the beginning of Shadowbringers. So I've got quite a ways to go in that game before I get to the new content. And I'm not currently playing it right now either, so it's I'm always perpetually behind in Final Fantasy 14, I tell you. Well, so what we're gonna do now is we're going to play some video games. You guys like video games? I hope you do. So we got them coming in. What are we playing, everybody? Everybody remember? Anybody remember what game we're playing here? You pre-purchased Endwalker even though you're barely into Heaven's Ward, Rich? Oh man. That's a mood right there. I feel that, buddy. Yeah. Oh, it's cool. Heaven's Ward is awesome. I hope you enjoy that one. That was a great expansion. I liked that story a lot. But the game that we're playing is not I Am Bread. We're not playing I Am Bread. That's a cursed game. How dare you even bring that into the chat? Someone time Jen out. Can't do that. Now we are playing Nier Replicant Remastered. We are nice and deep into that game, and we've got. I'm kidding. We have been cruising through the story because we got through most of the side quests in that game. So it's a good time to be a part of the stream. Good time to be part of the action. If you're a fan of the Nier series, awesome. You're probably gonna get to see some of your favorite moments here. And remember, just because the game starts doesn't mean the conversation stops. So feel free to keep talking about the question of the day. Feel free to keep sharing your story, be part of ours. And at no point do I want anybody to feel like what you have to share is going to interrupt what we're doing. Remember, on the fence, games are secondary. They are just a vehicle to help us drive forward together into life and into the conversation. And at the end of the day, the most important part of this community is the community. So if you have something to share, something you want to talk about, feel free to. I encourage you to. All right, we're gonna jump on in. The Matrix Path of Neo. Oh, you just name dropped a fantastic game. But no, we're not playing that game. I love that game though. That was a fun time. Anybody here play the Matrix Path of Neo? I mean, clearly it looks like Rich has. Dude's got good taste right there. This is a great time if you haven't done so, or if you're running low, go get a beverage, get something to drink, grab a snack, do some self-care, you know, stretch it out. Take some deep breaths. We're transitioning, everybody. It's game time. Let's get into it. Yin said, I met my crush on Twitch. She's a streamer, actually, that I mod for. And at some point it clicked that I have actual serious feelings for her with my wonky sleep schedule. My wonky sleep schedule, let's hang and talk. That's cool. That's really cool. I think, so we were talking about, you know, and this is, I'm not saying that this is what's going on with you, Yin, so I hope it doesn't come off that way. It just reminded me of a conversation that we had with Rydia a couple streams ago. We were talking about parasocial relationships. And I know this is something that happens to folks quite often nowadays because we get so attached to our streamers and to our personalities on the internet. And we feel connected with them because we are getting to experience so much of their life and their story, even though it's not reciprocal. Like, they're not getting to experience our story most of the time. But that we still feel that connection there. So it gets confusing, you know? I think that parasocial relationships are one of those things that have been behind a lot of heartache and stress that people have experienced recently, who spend a lot of time online. And it's totally understandable. There's no judgment about it. I just think that it's one of those things that these are conversations that are going to continue to happen, where we talk about the effects of them. And so the reason I'm bringing it up is because I had watched, like, I love the Twitch streamer Healthy Gamer GG. If you guys don't know who Healthy Gamer GG, actually they're not here, but let's get a caster command out for them real quick. I think it's Healthy Gamer _GG. They're awesome. They put out YouTube content as well. They are a Harvard graduate, licensed psychiatrist, who got started publishing a piece on video game addiction and the effects that it has on folks and how to work through it, protect against it, and did a lot of studies on it. Very cool person. And anyway, I love watching their videos. They're very insightful and informative, and just a really cool clinician to not talk to, but probably also to talk to. I've never talked to them, but very cool clinician to listen to and learn from. So one day I was watching a video of his. It was about he has a forum where people will post like what they're going through, what they're struggling with, and then he will talk on stream about it and try to like answer their questions and provide some assistance and guidance. And one person was talking about how they had this YouTuber that they modded for, and they edited their content and had been for quite some time, and they realized that you know, they were in a unique position where they got to talk with this content creator in a very unique way that nobody else got to on a regular basis. And just because of the position that they were in as an editor for them and a moderator for them, they got to work really, really closely with this person. And they down the road, they realized that they had developed romantic feelings for them, and they were in love with this content creator. But it was parasocial, because, you know, they knew that the other person, you know, didn't feel this way, and they understood that they felt this way because of the position that they were in. And it was really distressing for the individual. I'm not going to give all of it away. I think that, you know, check out his content. You'll be able to find that video if you're interested in hearing more about it. But it was a very interesting situation to see him explore. And it's one that I've thought about quite a lot, because yeah, that sort of thing happens like all the time now. I think it's just so easy for that to happen. And so that's kind of what I thought about whenever you were telling us your story. And again, not me projecting and putting that onto you like that's what you're going through or what's happening right now, because clearly, like, the way that they responded, like, they have some interest in you as well, and that's awesome. That's just something that story reminded me of, so I thought I would share it. I went the wrong way. Started monologuing and went to the wrong place. You got Elden Ring slot for the test? I don't. No. I'm slightly interested in Elden Ring. But I'm not that interested in Elden Ring, not gonna lie. I need to watch some more videos around the gameplay, because I watched one that IGN put out, which I don't know why I watched the IGN one. I was sitting down to eat something, and I was like, you know, I want to find something that I can watch relatively quickly. So I didn't search very hard for other content creators' videos on it. But that guy sucked. He put out such a boring video that just didn't showcase freaking anything. And so I walked away from this 19-minute video thinking, I could play it, but I'm not super stoked about it because he didn't really show that much off. All right, we're going back to the Lost Shrine. This is it. We're going to the Shadowlord's castle, everybody. Don't monologue and drive. I can monologue and drive pigs, okay? Maybe not very well, but I could do it. I'm just gonna go to the wrong place. Thank you for sharing that caster command, by the way, guys. I appreciate that. It was pretty much a week ago that we talked about that. I guess you're right. I was about to say that it was like 2 weeks ago, though, and I was like, no, that's a little too far back. Wait, Agent Pie said, I know because the Panditas have a couple of fun commands that can cause people to get timed out, but if a mod uses them, it has different text because of that. One example being Sudoku. Interesting. So wait, oh, that's not the spell that I thought I was casting. Whoops. What, so like the command, since they can't ban any of the mods, it will like say something different if a mod is chosen by the bot on that command? Smart command writing, man. Yen says, fun fact, I started modding for my crush. And she lost her voice from not drinking enough and talking a bunch. And since then, I've been babying her, making sure she stays healthy. I already got mad at her for drinking a monster that was left out all day. Oh, imagine drinking a monster. I'm just kidding. I used to drink so many energy drinks. And now I'm like I'm just so keenly aware of how bad they are for me. And I work hard to try and avoid them now because I really felt the effects of like drinking them too much when I was younger. And I was like, I was forever dehydrated because of it, because I just like drank them like water. Mashi's got Mr. Mime stuck in his head. The mods can only be timed out by the streamer themselves. Other mods will get told they don't have the authority to do so. Yep, I do know that. I feel like I had a mod a long time ago who tried to time out another mod. What the heck? Are you kidding me? Excuse me? How rude. Evanescence said, imagine watching IGN. Listen, all right? I was telling Jen, they have like 4 good ones for every 10. And sometimes they're fun. Most of the time they're not. This was not one of those times. I knew it was gonna be a gamble. But I selected that video. I'm just gonna keep breaking this dude's guard. Ah! Get him! Whack. There we go. Sweet. Lucy said, the reason it's such a long time is down to the hospital I chose. They've taken patients from 2 other hospitals due to COVID, and they delayed their patients, or their own patients, by a lot to handle the others first. And then, in order of getting on the waiting list, start inviting to come over. So with me being on it from February could mean I could get invited in February, or even as late as March or April, depending on my luck. Well, I'd say less about your luck, more about the way that they are handling their patient prioritization. That sucks. I get it though. I mean, if like there's other hospitals that are maxed out and can't provide the service they need to for their patients, they've got to seek out other hospitals. So it's cool that your hospital is like open up, or has opened themselves up to receive those patients. I would hate to think that those patients who are in the hospitals suddenly have to just like be removed from them or something, or not get what they need. But it sucks for folks that are in your position, you know? I'd say hopefully, you know, they got some good staff and good skilled professionals there that are able to help provide those therapies and treat those patients and help them out in a good time frame, so that y'all that are on the waiting list can get your therapy too. I watched one gameplay track, said Garrett. It really looked like Dark Souls mixed with a few pieces of Breath of the Wild. That's the vibe that I got from it too. Which maybe that in and of itself is really appealing to folks, and that's cool. It's just not, I don't know. You guys know how I feel about open world games for the most part. I typically don't like them that much. And it's usually because I can get really bored of them. I like linear games. I like games that they give you the ability to explore and have some freedom in the way that you do that, but that, you know, for the most part, are taking you in a direction. Because otherwise I just get bored. You know, wandering around and completing objectives and stuff like that, I just get bored. At least he didn't knock you into the water. Thank goodness. Thank goodness that guy didn't. Yin was talking about how they remind their crush to drink water. And I tell you, I have come to really appreciate how many of y'all have been encouraging me to drink water throughout the stream, because it's really easy to forget. And then, yeah, my throat dries out, my voice starts to go. You guys have probably saved my neck several times already. Are you reminding me again? Oh, Yen, thanks for the hydrate. stuff. Good stuff. Ruby, welcome back home. How are you doing? Good to see you today. I saw a post that you had made. You were doing some singing recently. Oh, you have to tell us about that? It's pretty cool. Happy Thursday to you. There's no Ubisoft open world, says Garrett. The game gives you direction, and if you like Souls games, I'm pretty confident you'll enjoy this one. Unless From Software pulls a CDPR and kind of messes up, which I kind of doubt. I don't expect From Software to make that kind of mistake, no. You know, now that you say that, if there's more linearity to it, it's kind of pushing you in a direction. I do appreciate that. That does make me feel a little bit more interested in it. Oh, are we back to the great music? We're gonna go and stick it to the Shadowlord music? And we're actually going to do it this time. We're not doing a side quest. I'm about it. It's great. Man, I finished Omori this week, says Evanescence, and it emotionally drained me so much. First game to actually make me cry, but now I have a fear of stairs, violins, and pianos. I am so intrigued by that comment. Oh no. I watched Space Mermaid start Omori, and it does look great. It looks so interesting and eerie, creepy. All those words that you guys banned that one day. I want to play it. I'm glad to hear that you enjoyed it. The writing must have been pretty good then, huh? Oh my god, I just read, Agent Pie, I just read your description of the staircase command. That's too savage. That's too savage for the fence. I could never. Oh my goodness. Whoa, 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 whoa. Rich earlier had said, I use energy drinks, but quickly realized that they had zero effect on me. Really? You know, I've noticed that there are some folks that just don't respond well to caffeine. I used to have a friend who cups of coffee would put them to sleep, actually. And there's something sciencey about that. I can't remember what it is that causes caffeine to affect you that way. It's something specific to an individual's biology, but I just can't remember at this point what it is. This song is so awesome. Did we do it? We did it. Battle over. Oh, compliment train. Woo woo. Yin said, Remix is one of the nicest mods I've seen. Always greeting people and being interactive. Heck yeah. Heck yeah, that's awesome. Yomashi's been getting a lot of compliments about this stuff lately. I wonder if the dark mod can handle such bright light from all you folks. This is pretty cool. Thanks for starting the compliment train. Y'all know how that works. Compliment the person in chat above you and keep it rolling. Ruby said, yes, I got together with friends for wine, snacks, and singing. Or get together with friends for wine, snacks, and singing every couple weeks or so. We were rehearsing for Saturday. That's so cool. Oh, that's great. So you guys actually meet up regularly to do that. That's so nice. Something to look forward to, and it sounds really wholesome. Hey, just out of curiosity, what's your go-to wine, Ruby? Do you have a favorite wine? Destin says, I got serious Undertale vibes from Omori sometimes. You know, I was getting that just from the aesthetic of it. And it seemed kind of meta as well. So just from the little bit that I had watched Mermy's gameplay, it kind of made me feel the same way. So that's cool. I'm glad that it carries that through the game. Lily, what's going on? Welcome back home. Good to see you, friendo. How you doing? I know you're feeling sick today, and you've been dealing with the body aches and just feeling terrible and everything. I hope that you get better soon. Glad you're home and able to relax a bit and rest now. With full respect to the game, Evanescence says, I never want to experience it again. It sounds like it was like emotionally draining. Count me in. I like when my video games hurt me. Ruby said, I took Susie to see My Hero Academia yesterday. Oh, sick. She was so excited. I pulled her out of school early and surprised her. She said I saved her from math class. Oh my gosh, you were her Midoriya. You saved her. Oh man, mad respect, by the way. Anybody saving anyone from a math class is like a patron saint. So that's incredible. That's so cool. Jen and I were talking about going and seeing that one too. We went and saw My Hero Academia Rising whenever it came out in theaters, and it was awesome. So we were really excited to hear another one was coming out. Without giving spoilers away, what did you think of it? Was it pretty good? Rich says, I think I'm just immune to caffeine. Seems to do absolutely nothing. Well, that sucks. I mean, maybe it doesn't suck. From my perspective, it sucks because I depend on the bean. I have it almost every day, you know? Mornings are hard for me, so I really like my cup of coffee. But from your perspective, I mean, if it doesn't do anything to you, you might not, like, without having that dependency, you might not have that rough of a time just getting up and staying focused. I don't know, what is your experience like with waking up and stuff, Rich? Ari says, any German Riesling is my favorite. I can't drink red anymore, sadly. It gives me migraines. Yeah, red wine's not my favorite, to be honest. I don't drink a lot of wine, but I do, if I have a preference, or if I had to have a preference of wine, it would be something of the white wine variety. German Riesling, though, I can't remember what that tastes like, because I'm not much of a wine guy. But I'll remember that. I said wine headaches are some of the worst alcohol-induced headaches that I've experienced. Really, really bad. It was great. Susie got her fill of Deku love. Yes! That's so cool. I'm glad the movie was good, and I'm glad that you got to surprise Susie in that way. That's so awesome. I take it she's been really looking forward to it then, huh? Now think, she's got to go back to school and tell all her friends about how awesome the movie was and get to talk about it, like... Oh man, that's cool. That kind of stuff is super cool for kids, man. Super cool for anybody, actually. I wish someone would come and take me out of work in the middle of the day to go watch a movie. That'd be amazing. Good time. Oh, you're right, Jin. That going to see My Hero Academia Rising was the last outing we had pre-pandemic. Man. Yeah, that was wild. I'm glad that we've gotten to get back out there and do a little bit more recently. Well, more recently, I should say. We haven't gone on a date in a little bit, and we owe it to ourselves to go and have one. We got one coming up on Sunday. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Coffee Chan, #1. Coffee Chan! If you guys aren't part of our Discord server yet, you have to join it just to see Coffee Chan, okay? Just do it. Just click the link. Check out Coffee Chan. They're in the art channel. we're all talking about Coffee Chan one day, and Jen decided to draw her, and she's lovely.
Such an ominous sight, and yet I find it strangely nostalgic.
Yeah. This is where Vice and I first met, and first fought together.
Wow! This is where you used to live, Vice?
Well, yes, I suppose, in a technical sense.
Pretty nice digs for a floating magazine.
At least it was free from annoying hussies like yourself.
Man, we've done a lot of things since we first met Grimoire Vice. Holy smokes. We've even come back here into this room and fought the other armored shade since meeting Vice. Caffeine has no effect on you, Rich, and you still enjoy coffee? That's cool. I like that. There's something about that I really like. Coffee's just, it's a refined beverage, sir. You're a gentleman of culture. Mashi said, sorry for the delay to the train, but I'm breaking the rules of this compliment hydra. Ruby Maze, Faintest of Hearts, Fence TV, Moonlit Lilith, Agent Pie. Because they are all nice people. Oh, thanks, buddy. Look at that. We're part of the nice people group. Woo woo. Awesome. Appreciate you, Mashi. Doyen, while I appreciate the sentiment and I'm flattered, I am happily engaged. Welcome to the Fence. Hope you're having a good Thursday night tonight. How are you? Rich says, on my days off work, I get up late morning, 10 to 11 a.m., without much issue. It may take 30 minutes or so to get moving, but once I do start, everything's fine. 30 minutes or so, okay, that's not so bad. I feel like that's probably pretty average, right? What do you think, chat? How long does it take you guys to wake up in the morning?
And now the path is open.
Respect, Rich. I wish I had the ability to get up and around that quickly. It takes me like 2 hours to fully wake up. It's ridiculous. Mornings are hard for me. Oh my goodness, Doyen. Mashi. Oh, no, Jen says, Mashi. Okay, continuing with the compliment Hydra. Garrett TV. I appreciate you encouraging my stupid coffee chan. You're so kind. It's not stupid. It's not stupid. It's so cool. I love that actually came out like to be something instead of just a discussion. That was really awesome. Whoa. What's up with like the cathedral music? This is wild. So we come in here from the Lost Shrine. We've entered, I think we're in it now? Shadowlord's castle? Or abode or something? What's up with like the fancy courtyard and like the prim and proper ladies adorning it? Also, why is one of them broken? That's doesn't seem very good. Okay, and they're white statues. They're made of some sort of white stone. I don't know, I always notice white things in this game because of the white chlorination syndrome being mentioned all over the place. I always wonder if it's like, some of that's linked. It could just be like some petrification or something, like what Emil does. Or the statues could straight up not be people. I mean, they are all identical. It's very, Probably much more likely that someone just sculpted them. Agent Pie doesn't like coffee at all, or bitter stuff in general. Even most teas are a bit bleh for me. Not a coffee and tea person, huh? That's okay. You're doing a good service then by allowing the rest of us to have more of those things. You know why you're still functioning, Lily? It's because you're a gat-dang warrior. You're a survivor. Ooh, the Phoenix Sword. Sounds fiery. Hold on. Let me check this out. Swords. There it is. That's pretty sweet. Not nearly as good as my Beast Lord, but that's still pretty sweet. Okay. Someone wilding on the organ. You said that, and I'm just imagining someone like playing this really melodic tune, but just like the whole time. I would love to see that. I wish that like church organ folks would just go crazy on the organ during the service. You know how fun that would be? Oh. Now I'm wilding. Hold on. There, I gotta fix myself. There we go. Oh. What's that 30 minutes spent trying to remove the cat? She decided that I make a serviceable pillow. Oh my gosh. I know that feel, Rich. I had a cat for like 21 years and she treated me like that serviceable pillow quite often. What's up with these birds?
To whom does the true voice speak?
Your mother.
To whom does the true form show itself?
Same answer?
You must answer.
It can talk!
Huh.
I ask, why did humans disappear from the world?
The hell is this?
Interesting.
I believe this is some manner of password.
Why did the humans leave the world?
Password?
Yes. The correct answer should grant us access to the castle. I feel confident I have heard this somewhere before. To whom does the true voice speak? To whom does the true form show itself? I ask, why did humans disappear from the world?
What you talking about? We're all here. Chat. These birds are whack.
You must answer.
Why did the humans disappear from the world? Well, I mean, it's like the black disease, like the black scrawl. It's like murdering everybody, basically, right? Lily said, to survivor dealing with screaming children while feeling really sick. You're resilient. You have mad amounts of resiliency, Lily, to be able to do that. Oh my god, Garrett. An arc-tempered compliment Hydra appeared. Whoa! Faintest of hearts for creating the masterworks of indigestion and coffee chan. He remembered indigestion. Fantastic. Lucy got S-tier PC skills and is freaking kind. Vince TV, me! I'm on the compliment Hydra for putting this loveliest of a stream together in the first place. And Super Finspot because he prevents dehydration. Dang, you guys are rocking it with the compliment Hydras here. I don't even want anybody to start slaying these Hydras. Leave all the heads intact. All right, it's fantastic. Thank you for that, Garrett. You are a sweetheart. DJ said, I'm not a coffee drinker either. Usually it takes me just around 10 minutes to wake up proper. I am so jealous. I am so jealous. That would be incredible. You know how much more time of like productivity I would have in my day if I could get up and around in 10 minutes? Holy smokes. That's amazing. I'm impressed, CJ.
I answer because of a black disease. I ask, how can humans extend their lives?
Keep the hammer warm. The bopper is prepared always. You got him. You got him good. Crap, I missed the question. Help! Chat, help! What was the question? I was busy reading chat instead of listening to what they were asking me. No! All right, I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here. Oh, Evanescence says, how do humans extend their lives? By acquiring leaves of the sacred tree, or by separating body from soul. Separating body from soul. Thank you as well, Rich. Omega Gale, what's up, dude? Welcome back home. Good to see you today. Happy Thursday. How you doing? You came in, even though it doesn't matter if you're late, you're always on time. A wizard is never late. Omega. We're playing Riddle Me This with these two birds. How do humans extend their lives? The sacred leaves thing, the leaves of the sacred tree thing seems really cliche. Separating body from soul.
I answer by separating body from soul.
I guess then, if the body decomposes or whatever, the soul still lives. Still good to go, right? From my standpoint, you still got your soul. You're still human.
I ask, what is the destination of souls?
Yo mama's house. No, there's no your mama's house answer. They are placed in their corresponding shells. They are in the promised land, bursting with light. What was this, Final Fantasy VII now? In the promised land, bursting with light. I mean, that sounds a little too idealistic there. I don't know. This world's kind of bleak. I don't think that's gonna be the answer. They're placed in their corresponding shells.
I answer, they are placed in their corresponding shells.
Imari says, I'll be good because I don't want to get bopped or panned. I wonder, Imari, you once wielded the bop and pan. I wonder if that gives you lifelong immunity to bop and pan. Only one way to find out. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Very well.
Who the hell does this bird think he is?
You are acknowledged as master.
By a bird?
You may enter.
Okay. Evanescence says, the main reason I chose separating the body from soul is because of Emil's sister. Emil did have a sister, Mashi. Yeah. Garrett says, yo, I'm gonna go sleep. Gotta be on time tomorrow at 11. On time? Wait, on time for what? Something happening that I don't know about? My mind immediately went to, does Garrett, he's doing the employment thing now? Work? Yeah? Dude. If so, congratulations. Have some good rest, my friend. Keep your head up and your heart strong out there. And, happy Friday to you when you wake up, buddy. Or happy Friday to you already. It's already Friday on your neck of the woods. I'll talk to you later, man. I'll see you on Saturday. But yes, Emil had a sister. Emil's sister was the boss that we fought in the laboratory that was underneath the mansion. That was Halua. Both Emil and his sister were experimented on to be weapons.
Well then, it seems the way is open.
Y'all are good birds. Freaking weird birds, but I mean, you're good at, I guess, doing what birds do, which is nothing. So carry on. On stick and easy to clean, bop and pan. No bopping, please. Only hugs. Wait, what? Excuse me?
It's the twins from your village.
Popola, Devola, what are you doing here?
Hey, any chance you'll just go back to the village? This is a very dangerous place. Even if you can find Yona here, you probably can't get her out.
The hell are you talking about, man? I'm the protagonist. I can do whatever I want.
How did you get here?
Shh. We're asking the questions right now.
What? They just shushed us. I'm offended. Don't patronize me. That's an option? They're right. Let's go back to the village. What? Okay. Oh, I see, Garrett. Oh, well, have a good therapy sesh, bud. I'll talk to you later, man. Somewhere a bird is offended. We don't do nothing. We do something. Armoros, what's going on, buddy? Welcome to the fence. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you're having a happy Thursday. They say, you really think you're the protagonist? Is this Route A? This is Route A. Yes, absolutely. I do. I'm the main man. I'm the main squeeze. Look at my big sword. It says so. What the hell are you two doing here?
What are you two doing here?
I'm not going to answer that. You can figure it out yourself.
Oh, okay. Why are they here, chat? What are the two of them doing here? Also, what's up with their fancy stance and holding like scepters? They look like magicians.
We're here to rescue Yona.
No dice, huh? Well, I guess we don't have a choice then.
I mean, what did you expect? The laboratory under the mansion? Is this Resident Evil in disguise? It's so funny that you mentioned that because the mansion sequence is directly inspired by the first Resident Evil game. That's why the camera perspective is like fixed and everything like that too. And it's got like horror elements to it. It's really cool. Good catch, Rich. I ask you, how many seeds do you have to please the bird god?
No, I suppose not. How sad.
None. Wait. No. No.
We didn't want to fight you.
Get out.
We really didn't want to.
No.
Devola,
You don't.
what's happening?
Sorry, but this fate was predetermined. Still, we spoke to truth. We really wanted to avoid this if possible. We were hoping to put it off for 100 years or so, until the next generation came along.
What are you talking about?
What?
Are they shades?
I don't think so.
It's a lie.
Want to put this off for 100 years or so? Till the next generation came along? Yo. Okay,
We never thought you'd grow to be this powerful.
This is madness. Why do you block our path?
You have no cause to speak so with us, Grimoire Weiss. You are a traitor.
What? A traitor to what? To who?
What now?
Oh no. I mean, they do look kind of different from before. Oh! My book! Holy crap, that scream was incredible. Hold on. Can we just take a moment to appreciate the voice acting right there? Who? Remind me again, chat. Who is the voice actor for Grimoire Weiss? That was phenomenal. That was like Goku level scream right there, but pained instead of like getting charged up. That was awesome. Gave me chills. Yeah, Armoros. I'm very much looking forward to seeing where this is going. All right. Liam O'Brien, the man, the master, the MVP. It's excellent.
Copied my powers.
Oh, that's not good.
Shingle. They can use the sealed verses.
Of course we can. The power came from us in the first place.
What?
You were simply loaned a small portion of it.
At the front door.
Weiss, are you
Ow.
alright?
Devola, Popola, why are you
Ow.
guys doing this?
We did a lot of damage when we hit them, so I feel like I can just
shades.
smoke them.
Damn it.
I don't want to miss dialogue, but... Ow! God, stop punching me into the wall. Who does that? Why? Why do? Ow. Yeah, dude.
Why?
The answer to every riddle lies within the heart of the Shadowlord.
Shadowlord? So you've been on his side this whole time?
You must search for that answer yourself. You've got to face your own truth now. Please, enter the Shadowlord's castle.
What the hell? All right, we got the map.
Devola and
Hold
Popola
on.
are fighting us.
Yes, they do seem to be putting us through a great deal of...
You okay, Weiss?
How odd.
Oh
For
no.
long years, my mind and
not
tongue
good.
have been my greatest assets. But now the latter seems to be... Well,
Weiss?
do not look at me like that. I am Grimoire Weiss. I am perfectly...
Oh my god. Oh, that's so freaky. Dude, he's like breaking down. Wow. Here, Chris is hesitating, and I just immediately launched Dark Lances at them. That sounds about right. Money. Oh my god. So I'm a big Drakengard fan. And I kind of got that notion. I mean, the symbols are very much the same types of symbols that you see when Angelus uses her magic attack in Drakengard. Also, the Great Tree mentioned the coming of like a dragon. Whenever we were doing the text-based adventure portion of this game too. So that adds up. That makes sense. Oh boy, for some reason that reminds me of the spinning alligator Tanner kept sending a couple months ago.
I think I hear a waltz.
I love that spinning alligator. Oh, this is kind of cool. What's going on here? This soundtrack is phenomenal. Vice is failing even worse than Falcon's hyperdrive. Man, gonna need some repairs soon. It's missing some pages. Weird. Look at it. These are like.
It certainly is a grand affair.
Hold on. These are like.
Dancing bastards.
Hey.
They're all shades.
Thanks for the. Oh. Wait. Thanks for the hydrate. I was gonna say they look like there's a bunch of people, like ghosties, hanging out here. But then they're shades? Imagine being the ghost who can't dance. Got 2 left feet. This ghost is just tumbling all over the dance floor. Interrupting everybody else's good time. Hey! Stop.
I think we're locked
Stop
in.
interrupting the dance.
It's
Where'd he go?
not like I was planning to leave.
Yeah, it's a bit late for that.
Oh no! The waltz music's gone. Where the hell are these shades coming from? Oh! The shade will appear whenever one of the people disappears. Okay. So they're just shades. But why are they like activating? Ow. Why aren't they just shades? Like right from the get-go. All armored and decked out. Now stop. Ah, oh. No! Nope! I can't sword right now. I need a vacuum for all these ghosts. With Luigi's Mansion now. They do kind of look like Luigi's Mansion ghosts, huh? Funny. Mario! Ah! Whack, whack. Oh, come on. You can't interrupt my charge attack. Ululoth. Armor break plus 30%. It's good stuff. You gotta stop. You gotta stop blocking. I like how when they miss their attack, they just like lay down to take a nap. Nice. We can't pick up any of their stuff because we're maxed out on these items. Oh, these guys aren't armored. Why? Up. Broken wristwatch. These are strange things for shades to be carrying. So, you know, this section of the game, we have been encountering, like in the side quest especially, a lot of shades like disguised as people, or people turning into shades. There's undoubtedly a connection here. Sarkin, experience rate up. Okay. Listen, I'm level 31. I don't need more experience. I am learning.
Damn it.
Okay.
Stop coming.
I'll open the
Gross.
next door. Cover me.
Okay.
Oh, how I do love a good
What? Oh my god.
Weiss!
Dude, Weiss is messed up. Hold on.
Oh, right. Protect the hussy, yes? Good plan. Let's go.
Protect kind.
You know what? These guys suck. I'm just gonna lance them.
Bruce.
I'm gonna lance them like a boil. We'll get them. Here we go.
Come on. Come on.
Okay.
Kaine, hurry!
It's not open yet?
Do I look like a goddamn locksmith to you?
No, you idiots. What are you doing?
Well, it doesn't want to open? Fine.
Too fast,
I'll just
man.
break it down.
Stop, you
That's-
impatient fool!
Classic Kaine way. Just break the door, man. Let's do it.
Goddamn no good bullshit bastard! Open the fuck up already! Got it.
Kaine, look out!
I love Kaine. There actually is a correlation. I'm assuming that's what you're commenting on, Armoros. There's a correlation between the two things.
These things are freaking me out.
Yeah, what's the deal with these things, man?
Kaine!
Why's had too many glasses of
We need
Riesling?
to help Kaine.
Too many glasses of spirits? Ow, 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 wait. Have friend to help.
You okay?
Beware. You know there's gonna be issues when you stumble upon
We got
random
problems.
ghost balls. Yeah. It can only lead to bad things. Oh, it's like talking to the weird ghost ball things. How can a book drink? It doesn't even have a mouth. Its pages would get all soggy. And that's where the drunkenness comes from. His alcohol-infused pages. Balls of darkness. What is up, dude? Warden
We
Cygnus.
don't need forgiveness.
Welcome back
asshole.
home, man. Happy Thursday. Why are you a giant boar? Ow. Stop. Was the first great boss we encountered. I don't think he'll be the last. Wham. There it is. Got him. Ganon?
Damn shit!
Why is this losing signal? Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Dropping bars, man. Whoa! Oh, he looks pissed. Ah! What is this trophy? You defeated Goose within 2 minutes. The hell's Goose? Do these shades have names? Ah! Stop it. Listen here, buddy. I'm the Lord of Beasts with your name on it. Oh! What? Excuse me?
Can we even hit this thing?
It just goes down again.
Oh no!
Fog? Oh yeah, the room is getting a little green, isn't it?
Stop now. Damn it.
Stay
hell?
focused, Kaine.
Could you at least pretend to be a little more interesting?
Don't fall victim to such distractions.
Come
Oh.
on! We have to keep going!
Let's go.
Yeah, thank you for no spoilers, Armoros. You know, this would be another great area or fight to get the 100 combo in.
Move.
Okay, I'm a coming. We go. We got the beast bane here. There we go. That ain't a goose. That's a boar. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Why is his name Goose? Honk honk. Keep missing streams because of work or getting ready for work. Well, you don't work today though, right? The Dragoon Lance. Neat. That's a Drakengard weapon if I ever seen one. I dig it. Joss, what's up, buddy? Welcome back, man. How you doing?
Here!
But you came at a good moment. We're running from a pig boy. A big, angry, armored pig boy. Thanks for the caster. Getting that out for Joss. You guys go check him out. Show him some love and support. What? Run. Run.
Please, hurry!
We're going. Oh! No, boxes! No! Oh, God, no! No! Oh, God, he's like right on my butt. Oh, we made it. Cool. Wow. Prince, what's up, dude? Welcome back home, man. It's good to see you. Armor Blight Ganon.
Damn it, I
Happy
can't
Thursday,
get it
Prince.
open.
How are you?
Attack incoming!
No, I'm sorry. You gonna make me beat him up again? This guy sucks. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, I'm sorry. You don't suck. You're a nice boar. Nice armored
The
boar.
entrance is locked too.
Just kidding, you
It
suck.
seems we are in a bit of a predicament.
Oh, whoops. Wrong button. Jen, how many times did you have to do this? Oh, he's gonna, yeah. Ow! Oh!
Strike the beast while it's down.
There it goes. He just keeps getting back up, man. Oh, that was effective. Let's just do that again. I keep getting back up. Of all the bosses, boxes and a boar named Goose killed me the most. Goose murders all. Those boxes were kind of tricky though, man. Welcome back, Lilith. What? No way. Yeah. Wait, how did they get here?
傘程度と地いるとて
My man. Love the king. Oh, yeah, Mouse. He meant she meant the boxes part, like when you're running from this boar. Now's the time to repay it. It can stand to loosen up a bit, huh?
What are you doing here?
My citizens were speaking of your latest adventure. This is the castle of the Shadowlord, is it not?
You are correct.
Then we have a common enemy. We'll hold this one off. Please keep moving.
But
We are the people of the mask. We will stand our ground until our last breath. I swore it upon Fira's grave. Oh, I swore to become a good and just ruler, a king who would protect the others from shades. This guy is the best. It's open! Now, go! Rescue the one you hold most dear. What? An absolute Chad this man is. He's like such a bro. But we can still keep wailing on this guy? Why can't we just take him out? Why doesn't he die? Wow. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Whoa. Ah. Pumpkin spice latte. What's going on? Welcome to the fence. Hey, it's me, Armand. I know the name changes. Armand. Ah. I'm trying to think of an Armand. I might be brain farting right now, but I don't recall, my friend. There's a box band boss? That's sort of what he made it sound like, huh? If you think about it, those boxes would be the boss. You keep dying on that section. I mean, may as well be, right? Can we break all his armor? Ow. Oh, that's what I'm trying to do, destroy the armor. Stuck it, Pigman. Whack, whack, whack. Just have to hug him with our big blade. I don't know if you can break his like nose piece. It doesn't seem like you can. Here, we're gonna back off a little bit. Give him some room to breathe. There we go. The Boxman is truly strong, man. Whoa, man. I don't know. I don't know if you can break his face armor. I also don't know why I would at this point, because it seems like he just, ow, just keeps getting back up. I can't can't believe the people of the mask came here though. Like, that's so good. Nothing but Darklands. It's not doing it. Oh, it is doing it. Oh. Okay, all right. We're just gonna break this pig's armor. What if something happens? Why doesn't me whacking him in the face mess up his armor though too? That doesn't seem right. I know the king asked me to just go. This is like very anticlimactic for the king. He's like, I came here to save the day. And I'm over here just like, we gotta break all the armor pieces off this pig. He can wait. He can hold on. Ow, ow, ah! Oh, he killed me. I wasn't paying attention to my health. It was karma. Oh, maybe I should have left his armor alone. I'm over here talking smack to this boss, like he sucks, he can't do anything. Just let him murder me. Oh, whoops. Man. Armoros! I know you're new here, so I'm just gonna ask you real quick, buddy. Do not backseat game, my friend. Please and thank you. I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm playing my game. So I finished Persona 5 Royal for the 10th time yesterday, says Evanescence. And now I want to do a Arsene Oli run. That would be sweet. I like when people do that, where they use their starter persona to go through the whole game. Because you only get so many abilities, right? Like they don't get the evolved abilities or anything like that. So it's pretty cool. All right, big boy. I guess I'll leave your armor alone. It was like a lot of effort to just try to break that front armor piece. It was not going down.
You are correct.
Wham! Wham! Ow! Ow! He stomps me a couple times and it makes me want to break all his armor. He's a big old jerk. Man, I love the king. Hey, why is it targeting over there? What? Seriously, one of my favorite characters. Alright. And today, ow. Hold on, there you go. Take that, sucker. Okay, bye. Gotta give him a party.
Hey! Stop! Let me go! Stop it! Damn it! King, no!
We'll meet again, you and I, once all this is over. Until then. Dude, no!
No! Open the door! You can't fight that thing on your own!
It's alright. You have to keep going. Defeat the Shadowlord and get your sister back. You must once again know the joy of having the one you love by your side. Now then. Hey, how many rules are there about what to shout before dying in battle? 88, my liege. Amazing! How do you remember all these things? Do not despair, my liege. We are with you. Now, let's try this again. By the honor of the mask! For the honor of our king! For the honor of our queen! Man, are they... think they're gonna make it? Whoa!
Knock it off already. Let's go.
Kaine.
He's fighting for you. And for Fira. Don't let him die for nothing.
She's got good points.
My friend.
Yeah. He also has a good point. Man. We're gonna... fingers crossed. We're gonna write on good faith. The king's gonna make it. Oh man. Yeah, this music is rad. It's so good. Armor breaking's so satisfying in this game. I know. It's awesome. I tried to break all the armor too, says Evanescence. Super disappointed that the face armor just doesn't break for some reason. It's frustrating. Because all the other pieces break off, and for some reason, I don't know why that doesn't. Does his tail armor break too? Because we didn't get all of that out either. Dark glanced him down, attacked a couple of times. It just doesn't break. Yeah, I wasn't getting anywhere either. The leg armor doesn't break either. That's frustrating. Why do they do that? Lil, considering how you've been feeling today, you know, you've been sick and everything. I hope that you can get some rest. If you're sleepy, listen to your body. Go get some downtime. Sleep is one of the best medicines. It's where our body does all its healing, you know? For glory! For the glory of mankind! Now, that's a different game. There's a lot of doors here. We gotta be getting to like the big shadow man himself, right? Oh boy. Guys, what's the deal with the shades? Why'd that one have a name like Goose? Why does it have a name, period, for that matter? What's up with all the ballroom shades? Okay, Lil. Sleep needs to be an Olympic sport. I would win all the medals. Get the gold and the platinum medals. I need platinum Olympic medals. This is wild and fancy looking. What is y'all's deal?
Devola. Popola.
Oh, look. You made it.
They're kind of talking like a-holes now, too. The heck? One of my favorite sound effects, says Faintest of Hearts, is the footstep noises on concrete. They are very satisfying, huh? You know, real quick, before we continue the dialogue, that reminded me when we were playing Bayonetta. At least I think it was when we were playing Bayonetta. One of my favorite sound effects was like her high heels on like the marble floor or the granite floor in some of the environments. It just sounded so pleasing. I talked about it for like 15 minutes during that stream.
We've been waiting for so long.
Why are you doing this?
It began 1,300 years ago.
1,300 years ago? That's when Nier lost Yona, that's still a whole thing, isn't it? Wasn't that at the beginning of this game? Like the scene that we saw at the beginning of this game?
Humanity, finding itself on the brink of extinction, undertook a last-ditch rescue plan called Project Gestalt.
Project Gestalt. Humanity was on the brink of extinction. Okay.
Gestalt?
Do you still not remember, Grimoire Weiss? Then let's give you a refresher.
Oh boy. Wait, what? What? What's up with Yona? What? Obtained Project Gestalt documents. Oh, can we read these? Give me my menu access now. Do it now. Favorite type of sound effect, says Evanescence, is just the sound of something huge appearing. I don't know how to describe it. Of something huge appearing. Like the roar that precedes its arrival kind of sound?
Weiss! My mind. I remember.
Yeah, it's so awesome. Like, it's such a nice touch. I love the effects they've given his voice. Couldn't they have just said that before the previous fight with him? Yeah. Like, what the heck? Why are they being such clowns about this whole thing? thought we were friends. I'm with you, Rich.
Devola, Popola, you are not human. In fact,
Oh!
Oh no.
Oh, what? Wait, so they're not human. They're not shades. They said that earlier. They're not shades.
Yeah, sometimes the truth can be a real bitch. You want to finish that thought for him, sister?
What is your problem all of a sudden?
All of us, every person standing in this room, are mere shells created by the true humans.
What?
What are you saying?
You still don't get it? You aren't human.
This is why the birds are saying all their mumbo jumbo earlier. What? Okay, wait. So speaking of the birds, what was their question? Why do humans have such short lives, and how do they extend their lives by separating the soul from the body? It's like a Kingdom Hearts, like heartless nobody situation going on here.
So then humans, I mean the true humans, are extinct?
No, they still live on. You know them as shades.
Oh, the Irisor confirmed. Oh, that's why the shades bleed. That's why they have blood. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, and have voices. Oh. We're the bad guys.
Each shade is a twisted remnant of what was once a human being.
Crazy, huh? Now let's skip the part where you stand there with your mouths agape and just get down to business.
No, this is the part that we're on right now. We stay here for a second. Oh boy. Okay.
Wait.
Sorry, but we're gonna be needing that shell of yours. The rightful owner has been waiting for a very long time. Please don't be angry with us. We are only doing our duty.
Yeah. But oh god, hold on. I'm thinking about this like from a moral standpoint here. We've got, so if the shades are humans and they're all twisted for whatever happened to them that caused them to be shades, assuming that they separated their souls from their bodies, we're the shells. And Devola and Popola are not human, not shades. They are trying to give this shell back to its rightful owner. So, if the shades are like people, like their soul, so like the original owner of this body. And okay, this makes sense. So when we saw Nier at the beginning of the game, 1,300 years ago, where they were attacked by shades, it looked like Yona got the scrawl and like died or something. Like it's assumed that they died. So then if they exist 1,300 years later now, which doesn't make any sense until we start thinking about this, then their soul just like transfers, like they Xehanorted their way into the future, except not time travel, but with like just body transferring. But wait, then that would mean that like who we are still, we would still be ourselves. Like Nier would still be Nier. but apparently he's not. He's just a shell. All right, we're just gonna keep going here.
Our endless existences have a single purpose: to control the lives of others in accordance with the will of the true humans.
To control the lives of others in accordance with the will of the true humans, the Shades. Our endless existence. Be like robots or something. Robots.
You have your own motives, your own desires. And we have ours. I fear it really is just that simple.
Ah, jeez.
Don't speak such foolishness.
Her eyes are so pretty.
Sorry.
Why are you bad guys? Wait. I have things to read. Oh, where are they at? Documents? Oh, I never opened any of these because we read them and they just go into our inventory. Okay, this is fine. Oh, wait a minute. Did we read the love letters? Sam? Weren't these, lighthouse letters? Remember. Let's see. Imagine your other Shade friends get the power to possess anything they want, but all you get is the power to turn into a boar named Goose. Damn it. Really got the short end of the stick there. Agent Pie said, in a way, similar thing to Kingdom Hearts, but that would start going into Union Cross stuff. Right, yeah, that's kind of where my mind's going too. Rich says, this is so confusing. Was Hideo Kojima involved in making this game? I get what you're saying and where you're coming from, man. It's similar, isn't it? Taro Yoko and Hideo Kojima, man, they really do have like similar minds to the way that they direct their storylines. Very, very similar. It's confusing, but it's also well explained. Yeah, we're getting into it now. We're getting into it. Taro Yoko plus Nomura plus Kojima. Oh my god, that game. That would be the game right there. That's the RPG to end all RPGs right there, man. All of our heads would just explode. Did we read these? I can't remember if we read these. It's been too long. If it also gets explained, then definitely not Kojima. Yeah, Kojima's just like, here's stuff and make of it what you will. You might be right, you might be wrong. Hey! Oh my gosh. What's up, Mashi? Let's see. That game would play you. Damn right. Damn right. Oh my gosh. The rice pouch is all warmed. It feels all so good. Yeah. All right. Are you using the rice pouch as like a heating pad kind of thing? Oh, and the keepers? Okay, give me 1 sec. 1 sec. Let me take a look. Let's see. Yeah, Mashi, you can totally add that tag. And that's a great idea, actually. That game would leave us all needing therapy. We would all be broken individuals afterwards. Okay, so some of these older documents we can go and revisit later if we haven't read them, because I can't remember right now. I think we did. I think we did read them, but let's see. Okay. An upgrade notice, blah, blah, blah. Letter from the chief of the Airy, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. Here's the Project Gestalt reports. Oh, man. All right. Near heart solid. Okay. All right, let's start with Gestalt Report 0923. Project Gestalt Report 0923. As noted in the previous report, implementation of Gestalt mode can prevent the white chlorination syndrome we recently experienced. Transfer of bodily information to civilization-repressed replicants is proceeding as planned, with the genes of the originals safely stored inside. Transfers of bodily information to civilization repressed replicants. This proceeding is planned with the genes of originals safely stored inside. The genes of the originals stored inside the replicants. Oh my god. This is why what happened at the Eyrie happened. This is why Dead Girl came back to life and then turned into a shade. The people are replicants, and the shades are people, and the shades gotta be they're like the original persons, like genes, right? Stored inside the replicants. Our role as surveillance androids to prepare for when the incurable bacterial disease eventually dies out is also underway. They are robots. So far, this is proceeding without issue. Observer 21, codename Popola. Yep, they're robots. They're pretty-eyed, red-haired robots. Oh man, who are they reporting to? Doki Doki Literature Club? Oh my god, yeah. What a game. Listen, the Yoko Taro Nomura Kojima game would probably burn Omori alive. But I don't know, I haven't played Omori. That would just be bananas, that's all I'm saying. That was Facade, wasn't it? Yeah, the girl who was killed by her guard boyfriend and then came back out of the blue, like just out of nowhere. That was Facade. The Eyrie was where everybody just like started turning into shades and people were saying all kinds of mixed up stuff and freaking out. And then Emil like atomic bombed the whole place when the giant shade came by, which is another interesting thing, that big shade that was like a collective consciousness of all the... It was like a bunch of human souls put into one thing. No wonder it was like there were so many voices and it was saying all kinds of wild stuff. Because it's like not one person. Oh my god. Pretty droids. Oh god, yeah. All right, Gestalt Report 9182. This document discusses potential strategies for the relapse cases we have observed in recent years. The term relapse, of course, refers to the catastrophic loss of sentience seen in certain gestalts. This syndrome has defied even our most pessimistic initial estimates and continues to trend upward with disturbing speed. So the relapse is the loss of sentience in certain gestalts. Okay. With some relapsed gestalts beginning to attack replicants, there is an urgent need to take comprehensive action. So the gestalts are the shades. It does look like a colossus. I thought the same thing, dude. Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay. So the gestalts are shades. They begin attacking replicants. They need to take comprehensive action. We remain convinced that an unknown technological defect in the Gestalt transformation process is responsible for the condition, but so far have been unable to confirm this theory. Research of this condition is now our top priority and looks likely to continue for some time. Observer 22, codenamed Devola. So the separating of the body and the soul, the process that that allows for that to take place must have had some flaw. And so the gestalts, the shades, or rather, so the shades are like twisted forms of humanity, right? That's how like Vice described them. So they were gestalts, the human soul, that lost sentience. So they lost any notion of who they were. And began attacking the replicants. So, this relapse process is what made them lose their sentience and turn into shades and start attacking their shells, so to speak. So like they were losing their humanity. The technical defect is that they used Windows 98 as their OS, so things went downhill pretty quickly. And then they tried to upgrade to Vista to clear up their issues, and that didn't go well for them either. Oh my god. Okay, so here we are. 1,300 reports later. Project Gestalt report 10,432. Shorthand minutes of case 23. Emergency response conference committee special meeting. Okay, so there's a conference. There's a committee here, and we got the pictures of Grimoire Noir, Grimoire Vice, and some other Grimoire. Okay, all right. Issue, observed upward trend in relapses, noted and discussed, right? We read that in the last report, which was 1,000 reports ago. Issue, acceleration of restoration schedule being approved. Acceleration of restoration schedule. Also approved by who? This committee, I guess, but... Report. Debate over using codename Noir for human restoration schedule. Codename Noir. So the Grimoire. For human restoration schedule. Lost! What's up, bud? Welcome back, man. How are you doing? Happy Thursday to you. Hopefully all your work is done and you can come hang out with us. Been working all day. I had a feeling, man. I had a feeling. Well, come kick back and relax, bud. You came at a great time. We're learning about Project Gestalt, and we just discovered that humans are not us. And that shades are humans. And they exist because they were trying to save, like humanity was trying to save themselves from succumbing to white chlorination syndrome. So they started separating their souls from their bodies. Yeah. There's a lot going down. Prince, we haven't watched Comey yet. No, we will though. Oh boy. Okay, report. Preparations to launch Vice decoding system for above. So Noir is the restoration schedule. Vice is the decoding system. So if we think back, the encounter that Grimoire Vice and Grimoire Noir had when Shadowlord came to take Yona. Which, why did they take Yona? But they came to take Yona. Noir and Vice had a conversation. More like Noir was like brainwashing or manipulating Vice. They kind of talked about something like the two of them were a pair and they were supposed to like they had a combined purpose. Like it was Vice's destiny to become one with Noir and merge with them or something like that. So this has got to be why that happened. Vice was supposed to decode Noir for restoring humanity? Okay. Report. Order collection of guidance and release code for Fence alongside Vice launch. That's us. I'm Fence. Hello. What? Order collection of guidance and release code for Fence alongside Vice launch. Devola and Popola. Oh. This is why we go to the shrine, and Vice is just hanging out, ready for us to pick him up. And Vice said something earlier in the game about how, doesn't this all seem a little too convenient? referring to our acquisition of like all the slates, like the tablets for the key for Shadowlord's castle. They were guiding us. They were guiding us to this moment. Son of a bitch. Okay. Another 800 reports later. How many reports did they do? This is like makes me think it's a super duper long time frame. But what if it's not? What if they're like regularly reporting on all this stuff? Oh man. I don't know, Money. That's going to be a challenge. Get ready to hear all of Okumura's lines a whole lot if you're doing that run. Clearly, there are 3 volumes to the same book series, says Lost. The trilogy, as it were. I'm going to release the code for your stream. No! No! Then they can control me. They can control my destiny. Rich says, okay, I got to make a move now. Once again, I've had a blast hanging out here with you and the wonderful peeps in chat. Thank you again for being super awesome, and I'm looking forward to hanging out here again very soon. Rich, it's my pleasure, my friend. We have greatly enjoyed your company tonight. Have a wonderful night tonight. Happy Thursday again, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time, dude. We'll be live on Saturday at 5 o'clock again. I don't know what you're doing that day, but, you know, if you have some time, stop on by. We'd love to see you. Till next time, though, bud. Keep your head up and your heart strong, man. Keep being one of the real ones. You're awesome. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. This is a lot. This is a lot of stuff. All right. Report 11,242 about Yona. Okay. We have determined that the rise of relapses was due to an unexpected spike in the sentience of replicants, as well as a genetic instability within the original Gestalt. It seems the original's effect on bodies that have undergone the Gestalt process was not anticipated in advance. All right, hold on. Let me unpack this for a second. So the relapses are happening due to the replicants becoming sentient, so the shells becoming sentient, and genetic instability in the Gestalts. So there's instability in the DNA, the genes of the souls. Weird. The original. Who's the original? The original's effect on bodies that have undergone the Gestalt process was not anticipated in advance. So the original must be like the first dude or dudette who underwent the Gestalt process. But why that would only be affecting everybody else if every other Gestalt was sort of like based on the original then, right? Okay. Immediate action must be undertaken to identify the links between this trend and the original Gestalt, along with its sister, the relapsed case known as Yona. Yona relapsed too? Well, then wouldn't Yona have, like, turned into a shade? The observer contact group is growing uneasy, so find a solution to the relapse issue should be, or finding a solution to the relapse issue should be considered top priority. See other reports for more details. And this is done by Popola. They're trying to find out the links between the original Gestalt and Yona, its sister, who was a relapsed case. So Yona was a relapsed case. And then they're trying to find the connection between that and all the other relapsed Gestalts that turn into shades. They're accelerating the human restoration schedule. So bringing humanity back. Which I'm assuming is like re-inviting the soul into the body. But the issue there is that if the replicants, so the shells, gained sentience, they became their own beings, their own person, then they would have like 2 minds in one body. And that can't do. Then there's 2 people in one place. It'd go nuts, man. No way. Okay, so no wonder everything's going crazy here. Okay, all right. Oh, right, that's right. Boss battle. I don't...
You and us, we're the same. Tools in the hands of a master.
No, I'm nothing like you.
Whoa. This music is awesome. This battle's gonna go so quick though. But I need to love it for a moment before I just mop the floor with these ladies. Oh, get out, dude! This track is so good. Can we go up? Can we go? We can't. What the hell? Stop doing the thing! Stop dancing! Wait, this is cool. The way that they fight is cool. Oh, this is so awesome. Ow, ow, ow. Hey, hey. Cut it out.
Devola?
No, why does the music have to stop?
Devola?
Oh, wait, she actually dead? No way.
Popola, are you crying? No, don't die. You know, Popola, I understand now why we're twins. It's because we were born without souls. Devola, I can't stop the bleeding. Oh God, I can't stop it. This world is too lonely for one without a soul. There's too much emptiness. Our souls are missing. And yet somehow our tears still work. It's kind of weird. Sorry, sis. I love you. Devola! Devola! Don't you go!
They are twins.
No, I can't be alone!
Oh.
Devola!
Popola. Let's stop this now.
Stop? Stop? Now you want to stop?
We didn't want to do this to begin with.
You think you have the luxury to stop? You cut down my sister like a goddamn animal and now you want to stop? Popola, wait! It doesn't have to. No one stops! It's way too late to stop! No one stops!
Oh. Dude. Kills,
Please,
man.
don't do this, Popola!
Oh my God.
You and Devola were
Holy
like
crap.
parents to me!
Those two have watched the world with them for time immemorial. The cruelness of such a fate is difficult to imagine.
I don't want to do this! I don't want to fight her!
Stop bitching and start fighting. It's the only way.
Dude, Kaine is like just so objective focused like all the time. Oh, come on. So I started questioning Nier and Yona for the start of the game because how could 2 children in a post-apocalyptic world live alone for 1,000 years? Well, yeah, I mean that's like one of the big weird things, right? But then you just kind of get wrapped up in their quest. It's why they play like the bare bones Song of the Ancients. Oh.
No stopping. No stopping ever.
Oh
The
my
bridge!
god.
Blast! We're trapped.
I've got an idea.
Oh no, Emil, last time you had an idea, we set off a nuclear bomb. Okay, this is the better idea. This is... Oh.
I fear we're done for.
It'll be all right. You know, when I was young, I hated my eyes. And now that I'm older, I hate what my body has become. But there's something else there now. Something like pride, you know? I mean, without all this, I couldn't have become your friend. Goodbye, my friends.
What?
Thank you for everything.
Emil!
For so long, all I could do was destroy. But now, I have a chance to save something. No! Now get
Oh,
going.
come on.
Okay?
Emil.
Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be fine.
Emil! Emil!
Emil! You jackass, get back here! Emil!
No way.
Oh dear. Kaine's so unstable, and Vice can't stop arguing with people. I hope they can hold it together once I'm gone. Well, I guess they'll just have to learn. I want to see you again. I want to see all of you again. Just one more time.
Dude.
I'm scared. I don't want to die.
Oh, man. Oh. Wow. Oh, that's so sad. He just like did like a ultimate gravity spell. Oh. That hurt my feelings too. Oh, can we get some hugs in the chat? Can we get some hearts in the chat for all the hurt feelings out there? Oh. What's up, bud? Bleh. What's going on, buddy? Welcome back, man. Happy Thursday. What the hell?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, man. She had to, like snap him out of it. Jesus, guys, come on. Good Lord. Good Lord, behave, chat. Ah. Dude, that sucks. Emil sacrificed himself. And then, like, just like, I can't think of, imploded himself and Popola? Ah, Panda, what's going on, man? Welcome back. Good to see you. Happy Thursday to you. You came in at an unhappy time. This is sad. We just get. Why would you do this, Money? I'm not allowed to say anymore. But one of our party members just died. Like for good. We have to call him Sans now. God. No. Oh, it sucks, dude. Yeah. Oh, such a bummer. Yes, we lost one of our main party members. I saw Ash. You were saying that you've never heard of or played this game before. This is Nier Replicant. This is a Yoko Taro game. And it's full of tragedy. A tragic game masquerading as a stereotypical fantasy action RPG. And it is turning a lot of things on its head right now. Oh gosh, oh no, this sucks. Hold on, these are all people. These are all people. The bad guys are humans, and we are not humans. We are unhumans, and we're just genociding the humans. Sans noises. Popola number 2 had a bad time. God dang it. Yeah. So Ash, you came in when we just found out that like we're basically the bad guys. And we've been committing genocide to humanity. These are like little people. We can't. No. Can I not? Can I just? Can I no? Can I just? Can I? Let me door. Ow! No. This is sad. This is already sad. Already sad enough, and you make me kill the childs. Oh no. This is against everything I stand for. Jesus. Oh. We'll just make it quick. There we go. Okay, that only hit them like one time. Oh God. Oh, dude. But we didn't know we were doing it. Oh, this is why we're getting old school books from killing the small ones and stuff. Thanks for the hydrate reminder. I actually, you know what? Everybody, wait. You have to wait before we go to this next door. I have to get more water. Oh God. I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a quick break. All right. I'm back. Let's see, what's happening in the chat here? I mean, at this point, says Lost, you're more human than them. They turned into violent monsters. If they wanted to live in peace, they wouldn't attack people all the time, right? And ain't you technically, genetically, and physically human? More so than them, for sure. Interesting. Okay, let's see what other people have to say about this. Agent Pie, you killed them all. Not just the men, but the women and the children, too. We are definitely the baddies. Yeah, murder on both sides. Who's to say that Devola and Popola didn't have a soul? They were alive. They loved, laughed, cried, got angry. And they say, and Evanescence says, yeah, but they still aren't human. I mean, like, physically, sure. Like, they're robots, right? They're androids. But they experience the qualities that make humans human. Like, what? Like, answer the question. Like, what is human? What makes you human? And I think that sometimes people answer this like, oh, like our bodies or something, right? Like, I've heard that answer before, but it's usually something to do more with like the way we see things, feel things, think about things, experience things, right? Like our consciousness. So I click with what Lost is saying here. Devola and Popola, androids or not, definitely exhibited all the traits that most people would say like makes a person human. So yeah, to Lost's points about at this point you're more human than them. I don't know. Well, actually, that I do know. Like, the Shades are monsters now, right? They're just attacking indiscriminately. But then there's, at the same time, there are Shades that seem to be really sentient and seem to know what's going on. Like, they're with it, you know? Some of them seem like mindless troops. Other ones seem like they have some wherewithal as to the state of the world and what's going on. And so they are probably still pretty human, just without the power of, like without the body and then without the understood language. They speak, but they don't speak human language. Other than that, they're human though. From what I can tell. I mean, like you think about all the bosses we killed now. Like that wolf looked sad when we killed him. This explains too why like the armored Shades that we took out in front of the entrance to Shadowlord's castle seemed like so like angry. And they kind of looked melancholy. You know, there's gotta be more to that. So I think that like they're still probably pretty human in all aspects but their body. Whereas, interestingly enough, the replicants are humans in all aspects but their body, just the same as the androids, like Devola and Popola. Because they're artificial, they're synthetic, but they still have all the qualities that would make them human. It's very, very interesting. Yeah, very existential with this game. Shades are basically like nobodies. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a great comparison actually. For any Kingdom Hearts fans out there, their Shades are totally like nobodies. Some of them are mindless drones, and some of them are really sentient and aware of their existence. Oh, let me kill more of them. This sucks. So the one thing that's like my saving grace here right now in my mind is that like, yes, there are smart, like intelligent and sentient Shades, and then there are mindless drone Shades. So maybe the mindless drone Shades is not so bad when we're killing them because they're not even like people anymore anyway. And I'm saying that assumptively because it makes me very sad that they are not. Although if you think about it, even human beings, from a perspective, like from this holistic perspective, we're thinking about like leaders and troops sort of thing. We've got human beings who are like leaders, who take charge, who make decisions, and are sort of like on top. And then we have people who just sort of like, you know, are cogs in the machine, so to speak. Content with just sort of like listening to what people say, doing what people tell them, and following the rules, kind of thing. But when I talk about that, like, you know, everyday people, I wouldn't consider them to be not human. So maybe my assessment of the drone Shades is not very sound at all. It's still sad. They're still people. I can't rationalize this. Loving this music. Yona.
Yona!
Here we go. This mad someone stole his clothes. Cool entrance. He looks very sad, though.
This ends here. Strike hard. Hold nothing back.
He didn't have that intense look of like a final boss. It's like, I'm going to kill you. He just like looks really depressed.
How could a mere tool hope to stand against the Shadowlord?
Don't speak in such a manner, fool. I am nothing like you.
Forgot that Grimoire Noir has a voice. I'll smack you. No. Ow, ow, ow. Okay, we're just kind of whooping him, man. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Be careful.
Okay.
I know.
Hold on. Interesting conversation happening here. The Lost says, what makes you human, is how your mind works. Do you experience love, anger, regret, and all the other facets of what we call emotion? Then you're a human. For instance, do you think an alien, even a sentient one from another planet, would think the same way a human does? I doubt it. What makes you human is your mind, if I really pick at it in my head. I hear what you're saying. Which is that, like, you know, it's our emotions that make us human. There are definitely key integral aspects to what make us what we are. And what we would typically understand and classify or use to explain like what is human. But it's interesting, like in a passing conversation, I think it's easy to say that. And in this kind of discussion, I'm thinking about it, and I'm just like, well, why do we think that we're the only things in the universe that could have these kinds of emotions, that could feel these ways, that could experience life through this type of a lens, the lens of sentience, the lens of having self-awareness and understanding of things around us and outside of ourselves, the ability to form connections powerful enough to care about something else outside of us, and to experience grief whenever loss occurs. Like, I don't know that I could necessarily say that nothing else could experience that. So that would be hard for me to think that, like, you have, like, those things are unique to human beings. But this is when we're talking existential here. So now we're starting to talk about like the universe, the whole everything. And so as far as like what we know of, yeah, I think that's where we can think about, like, maybe we're the only creatures that we've encountered that we know of that have that type of awareness. So that's what makes us human. But pathetically speaking, you know, why can't other things experience that too? Which is this gonna get really interesting. This can get really interesting. We have to talk about hypotheticals because, one, this conversation is coming from a video game standpoint, and the world that it's in, and what's going on in it, and the logic that's applied in this world, which is that human beings are not the only thing with this type of consciousness. So now it's getting interesting. Let's see what other people say. Jen says, but then what about people who don't experience certain emotions due to illness? Do they just fall into the non-human category? Interesting point. Like, I think that most of us would agree that no, the folks who can experience what one would consider to be the normal range of human emotions are still human beings. They are just viewed as like damaged human beings, right? And so we would still classify them as human. And then you have to ask why. Well, because they have a mind, they have a human body, they have the human anatomy, and maybe you believe in the soul and stuff like that, which I do. And, you know, so then we're starting to think about other things that make them human. And that's where we start to really get into the discussion, I think, is when we start trying to answer why that person's still considered human. But I think that's when we're on the right track on figuring out what it is that makes people people. So CJ says, I personally think humanity runs much deeper than emotion and cognitive ability. I would agree with that. Evanescence says, here's the whole emotions debate. The Shadows in the Persona games have emotions and their own personalities, but they still aren't humans. Right. They have emotions, they have thoughts, they have awareness, they have backstories, they have connections. So all that stuff that is, considered to be like human exists there. So now we start, again, another point that brings us to like, okay, then if that's not what makes humans human, then what makes humans human? I think this is a question that we don't have a like a definite answer to either, which is why this conversation is so worth having and interesting to me, because we can just keep exploring it. Like, so maybe what makes us human then is the way that we explore and express our sentience. Maybe what makes us human isn't so much our emotions and our thoughts and the way our minds work, but it's about where we find meaning. So we could be one of many different types of creatures, organisms, entities that have emotions, awareness, and thoughts like we do. But what we care about, what matters to us, where meaning is found, maybe those are the things that make us human. Again, no single answer to this question. I think this is the question that people have been pondering since the dawn of time, since the first philosophers started talking about this. But I love it. Love this conversation. So cool. I'm not a fan of the Grimoire Noir VO. It's like so intense. It's like so over the top. I don't know how I feel about Grimoire Noir's voice. So if that's the case, says Jen, we can't just classify them as emotions only, right? I really do think it's a combination of physical genetics and our ability to know our own existence in the world. Right. Somewhat. I somewhat agree with that. But not totally. Just because, like, I think that I don't think that it's only human beings that could know their own existence in the world. And then, yeah, I think that so physicality is probably, now that we're talking about all these different variables and factors and stuff, physicality, the way our bodies look, function, that probably is a good factor to take into what makes a human being. Because in all the other examples brought up, like the shadows from Persona, or the demons, even in sci-fi, like aliens, sentience exists in different forms, but you can tell a human is a human because of the way their body is, right? So this would be, on an objective level, a way to identify what a human is, but from a philosophical standpoint, it doesn't answer the question of what a human being is. But again, if you're looking at it from like a scientific standpoint, that would be a factor to play into it. So I think that does play a part in it. Physicality and genetics, part of the answer, for sure. Lost says, well, that's far beyond the point of certainty, ain't it? Really, all we can do is defend ourselves and prioritize our own species over others, as it's biological imperative, or is the biological imperative. Otherwise, you might as well lay down and die. Right. So we've got to defend our species, basically, right, for survival, so that we can continue to exist and further our species. So yeah. I think what I'm hearing there, Lost, is that, like, to defend what our definition of humanity is part of our defense mechanism to preserve the longevity of our species, because that's where we can start to place importance in ourselves at that point, right? Because if we can't do that, if we can't place importance in ourselves, then yeah, we may as well just be like, what's the point of continuing on? At least that's one way to make an assessment on that outcome. One could also say that, you know, we are a part of a whole. And so, you know, we are not so self-important that we are the all, but we are the part. We are a part of the whole. And so we can coexist with the other things here, other parts of life. But this is getting to another discussion, another debate, not debate, but another conversation about philosophical ideas around, like, you know, the right way to live. We're talking about what makes a human being human. What makes something human? Oh boy, okay. All right, I am going to continue with the fight, and then I'll probably pick up on this discussion afterwards. Oh God. You just really jumped right in there, didn't you? Check this guy out, dude. He is us. Look at him. Oh. Oh, my charge attack didn't go off? Why? Ow. You know what? I guess that I should also use magic. Maybe not eat crap the entire time. It doesn't really seem to do that much, though, does it?
Vice, you alright?
Poor Vice. He's having a bad day. He's having a bad time. Come on. Come on. Oh! Yeah, we're getting some big hits on him. I do appreciate that he has a little more fight in him than some of the other bosses we just fought.
Wait. Brother?
Yoda.
Oh, nope.
Huh?
Please, just stop. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't need someone else's body. I don't want it. There's another girl inside this body. I can hear her. She won't stop crying. She says she wants to see her brother.
Yoda's been possessed?
This girl loves her brother too, just as much
not
as
possessed.
I do. It's not right, you know? It's not right that she can't see him.
Oh, I get it.
It's you, isn't it?
Yes, it's me. Let's go home.
Shades burn in the sun.
I'm really sorry. I don't know what to... I'm so very sorry. No matter what,
He's gonna die by suicide.
just know that
Oh.
I love you.
Hurry. The shade that possessed her is gone.
Don't think it was possession. Oh man. This is like our counterpart. They've got to be freaking out.
I understand your sadness. You think I'm gonna sympathize with you? I swore to protect my sister and my friends. If someone puts them in danger, they must stand aside or be cut down. Now come on, let's finish this.
Oh god, dude, he feels the same way. Sheesh, man. Oh. Yeah, this is wild. CJ, I'm glad to hear that for you, what makes you you is a settled matter, even if you can't express so in the correct words. I think it's good to have that understanding. That can bring a person a lot of peace. And it's a topic worth exploring. Because I think a lot of folks don't have that answer for themselves. So it makes me happy to see that you have that answer for yourself. Still, even when you have that answer for yourself, it's cool to participate in these discussions. Because again, it's a meeting of minds about things that it's really difficult for people to, one, agree on. But through that conversation, since there's no like definite answer for everyone, other than if you take beliefs out of it, of course, because you can, the belief is a whole thing. But when you engage in the discussion, it's cool because so many people that haven't figured out, or decided rather, what that is, can explore it. And even those of us who have figured it out in our minds or decided, again, I figured it out is probably not the right way to put it, but decided for ourselves what that is, it's a good, healthy conversation to have. I love these kinds of conversations. Existential stuff I think is awesome to me. Evanescence says, something I think fits with this what is human topic is Detroit Become Human. I expected that game to have that sort of subject matter. Yeah. I still haven't played that. I would like to, though. My sister, he isn't wearing a shirt. That's punishable by death in my book. Helplessness. Yeah, he's totally... Shadowlord has to be feeling totally helpless. Nothing he can do. Oh, boy. Let's see, the only person who's right in here is the victor. All else is perspective. Don't steal drinks! No, you can't steal drinks, Mouse. That is definitely a viewpoint to have. So we are the main characters of this story. We have been following our adventure, our goals, our endeavors. And me as the player witnessing this, that the main character that we are playing as absolutely believes that too. Like, he says, you want me to understand your sadness? You want me to understand your pain? Like, none of that matters to me. Anyone who stands in the way of Yona, and me and Yona has to die. We're gonna get cut down. Which is to say, anything that stands in the way of me and what I care about, and those that I care about, they are secondary, and they will be removed if they are going to cause harm to that which I care about. It is a matter of perspective, and I think I see what you're saying, where like all that matters is it comes out on top. Like who is the victor as far as like the continuity of things is concerned. Yeah, I could agree. The idea though that like it really is a matter of perspective, even in this battle, like who is right, who is wrong, matters to the individuals.
You're freaking me out here, Vice.
Oh god. Here we go. Oh god. Vice is freaking me out too. Oh, he's gonna. Oh, go. Wow. I have to gather my thoughts on this one. This is.
No bother. One moment, please.
You okay?
Fine, just fine. All right, no, I'm not.
Vice.
It seems some headstrong idiot has decided to push me beyond my limits. I should have taken that job as a cookbook when I had the chance.
Vice, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Only joking. I hate cookbooks.
But
Let's go. Out of the way. I have one final task to fulfill.
This song is so good.
where are you going?
Why, to stop him, of course. But after that, it's up to you. Only you can see this battle to its conclusion.
Stop him.
I wish you luck, my friend.
You can't. I swore I'd always fight by your side.
You are an exceedingly stubborn lad. You know that, yes? Perhaps that's why I've so enjoyed our time together. But I fear this is where our journey ends.
Vice!
Oh, and remember what I told you about using my full name? Well, forget it. I've grown rather fond of Vice.
Vice. I knew you'd come around.
Don't let it go to your head now.
What? Grimoire Vice lost all of his powers. Is this then where like the Shadowlord is getting his magic power from? Then it was Vice? And so as long as he had it and we could use it, then the Shadowlord could use it too? Huh. To fight for family, for you and yours is instinct and fact. I mean, you can definitely see that in all organisms, right? Like sentient or not. They all defend their own species. They defend their own families. We all do the same. So the difference is that like we have the ability to think outside of that. We can be aware of what's outside of that, and to be aware of our instincts and to look at our instincts from a perspective of another viewpoint that is not our own. That is the conundrum. That is the, I guess, the cruel reality of the way that we can perceive things, I suppose. In the moment, assuming that there is no player, we are this person, like we would more than likely feel the same way that Nier does. Wouldn't be thinking at all about like, you know, what the implications of these actions mean or anything like that. Which is why this is such a cool game, man, because we get to see it from an outside perspective and like observe it, and like think about it. This is awesome. Oh boy. Okay. Never thought that there would be talking cookbooks too. Like 9S lad, that isn't good. You're super annoying. No, I wouldn't compare Nier to 9S. Well, I might make slight comparisons to 9S in Nier. As far as like their obsession element is concerned, it can be somewhat comparable. I don't know how to go that far. 9S, he just breaks. Oh no, theory over. He was still using magic.
I have a reason to live.
Yep, there it is. Oh.
Shadowlord,
Oops. Got him. Oh, the music box. Oh, that's sad. He conceded. Wow. Wow. What a moment. Right. Wow. Did that hit anybody else? Hesitation just before the final blow. Oh, hard to feel like this is a victory, isn't it? World in flux. It defeated the Shadowlord. Oh, God. Okay. No shoot, no shoot, no shirt, no shoes, no living. Good Lord. You're too scared to touch the bullets? Nah, I just cut through them, man. You cut through them with melee. Oh. A lot of detail in this. This is wild. Got a whole tree growing here. How was that? Pallets of boxes. What do you think the deal with that is? This is interesting. This whole layout is interesting. Like, I get it. It's like a shrine to his sister. His living sister. Kind of weird. We're like in a, this is a castle, quote unquote. This looks like a big old warehouse factory type deal. Hold on, I'm seeing if there's anything we can find around here. Shadowlord gave Yona a nicer bed than Nier did, to be honest. Listen, it's because he could. I think Nier gave him the best bed that he could. For Yonga. For Yonga! For Yonga! Yonga?
is Yona all right?
Wish I just had a tree.
Oh God, no.
Ooh. Yonga it is. Van, what's up, buddy? Welcome back home, man. Happy Thursday to you. We're doing well, man. Doing well. We're just about to wrap up Route A from the looks of it. It's going great, man. This has been wild. We've just been engaging in this whole philosophical discussion too about like what makes humans human. And it's gotten very existential and very interesting, and I love it. I love this kind of subject matter. You're coming in like at the we just got through the climax of the like the Shadowlord battle and like all that. Yeah, but how are you doing, Vin? How have you been?
Oh, please, the girl is fine.
What? Ice. Where's he at?
Weiss? Where are you? Are you okay?
I am as well as can be, considering I have lost my physical form.
Weiss lost his physical form, and he's communicating with us?
Doubtless my voice will be the next to go, so listen closely. Your sister is safe. Do not mourn her, and do not give up hope. Instead, you must call her back to you.
How?
Use your memories. Recall the times you spent with her. Present her with proof that the two of you live still, and that your lives have meaning.
I don't know.
Typical. But take heart. I know you can do it.
What's my favorite food? Cookies.
Cookies.
What's my favorite book? That's my magic storybook. What's my favorite place? Home with you.
She's too good.
What's my favorite flower? The lunar tear, of course. Okay, one more question. Who do I love more than anyone?
Oh. Well, I mean, that has to be us. Of course. This is Shadowlord. What if I put Sans? On her back.
Is that you?
Everyone loves Sans. She loves stream.
Yona.
Is this my body?
Yes, Yona. It's yours and yours alone.
You look bigger than before. Like you've grown up.
Well, yeah.
So she's been like unconscious for the last 5
Have
years,
I been
like
asleep
dormant.
this whole time?
Here starts making Sans noises.
Something like that.
It's almost like I'm a princess from some fairy tale.
Oh, Yona. I'm so happy to have you back.
Aw.
Me too.
Kaine.
You and your sister, you have a good life, okay?
Where are you going?
Where are you gonna go?
Guess I'll...
You could stay with us, you know.
Thanks, but I'll pass.
She holding
You
her
know how it
arm?
is. I got my own shit to take care of.
What do you mean?
Personal shit, alright? Anyway, take it easy, yeah?
Kaine.
Hey, look. It's beautiful.
Oh my god, Money's right! She does look like A2.
For the longest time, I heard someone telling me how they wanted to see the light. And now, they can finally see it.
Oh, that's wild! Did you slaughter a machine, baby Yona? If you did, no! No! Technically, A2 looks like Yona. Oh, boy. Vin said, I'm doing alright. Just finished watching another stream just now and wanted to stop by here. Cool. Well, thanks for making some time for us, man. It's great to see ya. What were you watching before? And what were they playing? Yo, wait, what? Why are they small?
Thank you. I love it.
Why are they small once more?
so sunny today.
Yeah, it sure is.
What? Oh. Oh, come on. My heart. Wow. Dudes. That was good. I still have questions. But that was good. Oh, Kaine walked out, man. It looks like they just let her. But also like they went back in time or somehow became small again. Like, how'd this do? What happened? What am R is why do? How? Yeah, it was nice, right, Panda? Yeah, wow. Oh, we're gonna enjoy the nice music here while we reflect on all this. Like, what do you think, chat? What's going on? What the hell is happening? What happened after we defeated the Shadowlord? Vice can apparently have a spirit. We saw Shade Yona and the Shadowlord, who is like Shade Near, like be together again in like an afterlife with this ending. Again, Shades are the actual humans, the original humans. The replicants develop their own consciousness. Is that RB that is them? I think, maybe, perhaps. Do am be what is? Yes. Yeah. Vin was watching Jennifer Dawn. She's playing through the Danganronpa series. Oh, cool. I've always been interested in playing those games. Always reminds me of Riley Rex, who loved those games so much. May she rest in peace. I loved watching her play through some of those. So it's always been something I've been interested in. I just haven't gotten around to playing it. Although I did just play Doki Doki Literature Club, so I may as well go down that avenue too. Start getting on the Danganronpa. Lunar tears, man, they'll mess you up. The truth. Is that the B that is the them? That B the R them? Indeed. Indeed. Dude. So, they kept talking about shade possession, right? Something that I was thinking about whenever the cutscenes were going in. Talk about shade possession. I do not think the shades possessed anybody, right? Because we're reading the reports. The reports said, in the Gestalt reports, that replicants were made, right, to like be vessels for the Gestalts to be reintroduced into their body. So like the body would be like a clone then of their original self, right? And then the Gestalt, the shade that turns into the shade wasn't supposed to happen. Like that process wasn't supposed to happen. That was the relapse, or a result of the relapse. But the Gestalt was supposed to come back, like they were supposed to put it into the replicant so that the person could live again, basically. So then it seems like they did that, but then the replicant had developed a sense of self. So like the Gestalt couldn't reclaim its own body because it had a whole other like soul to compete with now. And so it's like one or the other would just go dormant. It's what it sounds like, which is probably why all of the people in the Eyrie just seemed like out of their minds because they had two souls in them that were like competing for dominance. Which is wild. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's what's going on. Well, hold up. Hold up. If you can give me just a few minutes here, y'all can help me out with a raid, because we are going to wrap up. It's late. I got to eat dinner. I got one more day to do some cool stuff at work tomorrow. So I do have to get some sleep tonight, but we will raid somebody. We did it. We got through the first round. That is good stuff. CJ, man, have a wonderful night, my friend. Keep your head up and your heart strong and enjoy your weekend, man. You made it. You got there. Vin said it's pretty good. First time seeing this series, and so far I'm loving it. Definitely one of my new favorite series. Yeah, I've heard nothing but good stuff about Danganronpa. Okay, so what happens when we exit this screen? Exit the clear data save screen. Yeah. Ending B. Wait, call her back. You viewed the first ending, ending A. Okay. Load your clear data after completing the game to experience Kaine's story. Oh, hot dog. You can now read a departed mother's diary in your house. A wardrobe has been added to the options menu. New outfits can be obtained by progressing through a departed mother's diary. New outfits? That's cool. Change music has been added to the game settings section of the options menu. No way. We can just like pick a song and listen to it? Like wherever? That's fantastic. Oh my god, that's so awesome. So happy about that. I love this game's soundtrack. I can just put on all my favorite jams. Dude, hell yeah. All right, that was excellent. Excellent. We're only through Route A, so Near Automata had 5 main endings. Technically had like 26, right? But 5 main endings. And this is probably gonna be the same. So wow, dude. Cool. Very excited to continue playing this game. We're gonna experience Kaine's story the next time that we play. So we will be live again on Saturday. It'll be 5 p.m. Eastern time. So if you want to experience some more Nier, we're gonna be at the start of Route B during that stream. So tune in because you'll get to be there from the beginning of that playthrough. Should be really interesting. So okay, Mashi. Well, you have a great night, dude. Keep your head up and your heart strong, man. SW says, and that's when people can come back and talk crap in the chat. Yeah.
May
exactly.
your heart be your guiding key.
Evanescence said earlier, you know, what if the shades that possess the replicants want to return to their flesh-like form, but the one that evolved to wear armor and wield actual weapons are fine with being in their shade form? Well, I don't know that the shades, like I said, I don't know that the shades possess anybody. I think that they were reintroduced into their bodies. But you know what? Maybe that is, now that you're talking about it, maybe that is like possession, depending on how you look at it, because if the replicants have already developed their own identities, their own senses of self, then something being introduced into their bodies would, in taking over, that's possession from their perspective, right? Okay. Man. Very existential. But yes, the one that evolved to wear armor wielding actual weapons are fine as being their shade form. That would be very interesting, because then they're like, we'll just form our own shade human society. Let's just be like this forever. that's cool, right? Like they've come to terms with what they are now and just accept that that's part of their evolution. So that is the new human, right? The interesting thing is that both replicants and Shades viewpoints are, we are human. We're what the actual humans are. The others are taking away from us and are the imposters. They're pretending to be what they're not. I think that's where the really interesting dilemma is found here in this game, and that's, I think, where the message of this game is sort of coming to light as well. We've got lots more to play. There will be more to discuss and explore. Maybe the message changes as we go on, so I don't want to go too much more in depth on that just yet. But very good stuff, man. Just had to pop in at the end, said SW. Awesome, man. I'm glad we got to see you a little bit tonight, even if it's just brief. I hope that you're having a good day today, bud. Sorry that we're not going to get to talk too much today, because I'm getting ready to bounce out of here. But hopefully, maybe we'll get to catch up on Saturday, and you can tell us how your week's been, man. Weird week, right? We only get like 2 times to hang out this week, guys. But it's okay. It's about quality over quantity, right? All right, let's see. Who is live right now? Who do we get to go and show some love and support to? Authentic's live, yeah, okay. So we rated him last time. So yeah, we rated him the last time. Let's try and get somebody else up with the raid right now. You know what? Why don't we do a local raid? Let's do an in-house raid today. Prince Dariolon is live. Let's go show him some love and support. Give him a little bit of a boost today. That'd be nice. All right, so thank you all so much for coming in today. You guys have been absolutely awesome. We had a really good conversation earlier around the question of the day, which was courtesy of Rydia. She asked all of us about our favorite TV shows, and that was really fun to talk about today. So thank you all for participating in that discussion. And we had good mental health talks today too. Some of the highlights that I remember from that discussion were, talking about how it's okay and encouraged for men to open up about their emotions, to seek support and help, and to reach out and not suffer in silence. Let's end the stigma of men having to be silent about how they feel and pretend like everything's okay. It takes more strength to be authentic, and it takes more courage to open up and be vulnerable than it does to not. And that is admirable, and that is what we should be supporting. So let's continue that, guys. And gals, you ladies can support on that endeavor too. Remember, everybody, you all matter. Never forget that. So we got the raid call in the chat. I want to say thank you once again to everybody who participated today. We're going to bounce on over to Prince and raid that lovely dude. And I will see you guys on Saturday. Until then, keep your heads up and your heart strong. We'll see you next time on the fence. Ta-ta, everybody.